Hi, friends, and welcome to Nature Check's Arda Campaign, the show where you come for the game and stay for the science. Hi, I'm Sheryl. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the dungeon master for the Arda Campaign. I'm also a PhD candidate studying ecology at the University of Illinois in Chicago, and I'm like a few weeks away from being done with fieldwork for my PhD. When I'm not doing research, I'm also a science communicator and the host of the Roving Naturalist on YouTube, and you can see me playing D&D instead of being a DM over on the First Watch's YouTube channel in their second campaign. Next, we've got Peter.
It's me, Peter, the second one. In real life, I am a agricultural scientist who does horticultural research, specifically for people with farms that are small in North Carolina. If you want to learn more about that, I'm doing a live Q&A on Friday at 1 p.m. with Skype a Scientist. So head over to Skype a Scientist social media, and there's a RSVP link. It's free. If you want to ask me questions about my job, if you want to learn more about how we do agricultural research, I promise to do slightly better at explaining what I do than I do here.
He's saving it all up.
When I'm not doing that, I play Cedric here, the resident dwarven cleric, and our pronouns are he, him.
We got there. Then there's Cindy.
Hey, I'm Cindy, she, her. I'm a science enthusiast and play an Andorian engineer over on Heroes of Awesome Constellation on the Weirdling Switch YouTube channels. Here, I play Nautia, the Water Mephit Druid, also she, her. Nancy, what were we just saying about reading things in front of people? There we go.
And there's Nancy.
Hi. I'm the one that's going to finish this off. My name is Nancy. I am an entomologist, which means that I study insects, some of which you can see on the wall over there. I live in Quito, Ecuador, where I conduct my own personalized tours of Ecuador focused on insects, ecology, conservation, all of that jazz. Here, I play a roguish young woman who is an Aasimar. Her name is Kay, and our pronouns are she, her.
Amazing. This isn't really an intro, but shout out to the sea cow family, since we were talking about them extensively last episode. We were talking about stellar sea cow, but we did mention dugongs and manatees in there, and then I found out that dugongs have been declared functionally extinct. Because no one's seen one in Asia since like 2006. So
Oh no!
Very apropos timing, unfortunately.
That's depressing.
We miss you, dugongs.
There's a chance someone could find one. The
Yep.
Pinocchio lizard was considered to be extinct, and then it was found in 2004. So, you know.
Yeah,
maybe...
there was a woodpecker from somewhere in the American South that
The ivory
turned
billed
up.
woodpecker.
Ivory billed, that was it, yeah. That someone spotted out in the woods in like Louisiana at some point.
Yeah, but that was a very
Maybe not.
questionable sighting.
It was.
But
Yeah.
So
Yeah, functionally extinct is we can't confirm it, but nobody's seen one in a while.
And that's not just like there's some still in captivity or something. That's just
I
full.
don't know. I didn't go looking. We can.
I think it just means like in the wild, and then actually extinct is when like the last one kicks the bucket, because it's not what happened with the thylacine.
Yeah.
Where it was like functionally extinct for a long time, and then they had one lone survivor in a zoo that that died probably to like mistreatment. But anyway,
dugongs can live to be 70 years old.
Man,
nice.
They have the average shelf life that Vegemite does.
I'm hoping you just completely made that up because
no, Vegemite has like a really long shelf life. I remember comparing it to a human lifespan at one point. It's like 80 some odd years.
Okay. Anyway, Yeah, exactly.
Did
Anyway.
you miss us?
Yeah, for sure. Every week. You all out there in audience land know that you can join us in the chat. You can use your channel points to help the PCs or create chaos in the game. And you can check the reference section down below for the social media handles for the whole Nature Check cast, as well as a link to our Discord and our updated streaming schedule, which I've been doing a bad job of keeping updated because fieldwork has consumed my life this summer. But you know, we do our best. You also know that you can find the video recordings of our games, which I also need to update, on our YouTube channel, whoops, and the audio versions on all podcast platforms. I swear, someday I'll get my life organized. What? Is this a dugong fact?
Yes, good news.
Good
They
news.
are functionally extinct in China, but
Okay.
not worldwide. There are
Okay.
other
Okay.
dugongs in the Philippines,
Okay.
so we're
okay. Cool. Okay.
We're
So
not
it may
doing
be
great.
Specific.
We're not doing great.
but like
Yeah.
better than
They're not dead either.
Better than no dugongs. Yes.
Okay. Just
Just in
fewer
trouble.
dugongs, less dugongage.
Fewer. Yeah.
Okay.
They've expatriated themselves.
Okay. Well, with all of that out of the way, let's roll our intro and we'll be right back. Bye. And that's us. We're back. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
We have returned.
We're here.
I kind of know what I'm doing. Alrighty. So, your travels have brought you to the northern part of the oceans surrounding Arda, and you've begun to notice changes in the land and the sea. A pod of killer whales escorted your ship to the largest of a trio of islands off the western coast, and you soon discovered these islands have quite a bit in common with the Pacific Northwest of the real world. You sent the monstrous head to Thornborough and negotiated a price, then disembarked to explore the new islands. You quickly discovered evidence of people on the largest island in the form of an overturned boat and some stashed supplies, as well as the stumps of a few harvested trees. A trail led from the beach across the large island, and along the way you found a strange pond with a dam constructed of logs and mud. You used an existing raft and rope system to cross the water separating the first and second islands, then camped on the second island for the night. You also encountered the carcass of an enormous ocean creature that had been partially harvested for food. It's the stellar sea cow. It is now, here we go, I figured out what date it was again. It is now midday on Cordum, the 13th day of Pilarun. That's the equivalent of Saturday for anybody who cares. And you have arrived on the third and smallest island after using another raft and rope system. You followed the trail up to a small campsite with furs hanging from ropes in the trees. Kay was sketching some of the pelts in her science notebook when someone with a drawling voice walked up behind your group.
After an epic diplomacy trek, I think you wanted to add.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Yeah, so he said something along the lines of, I didn't think you were gonna take anything, but I'd love to know who you are and where you came from.
Hi, my name is Kay. I'm from New Sagechester. It's that way.
Yeah, it's south of here. Yeah.
I did not do the navigating. I'm not sure if it's obvious. I have been taking really good care of our pet crab and the pet pigs, though. So
You got a crab and some pigs?
yeah, on the
Very-
boat. It's not our boat.
Oh, you got a boat.
Yeah.
So Kay, the person you're talking to is a pretty tall man with dark skin and eyes and like shoulder length locks, wearing a bit of armor. And he's got two companions sort of close behind him. A half elven woman, kind of medium height, with golden eyes and dyed green hair, and a halfling with brown eyes and brown hair, kind of like tied back in a low ponytail, a male halfling. So there's the three of them standing there, but the taller man seems to be doing the talking. You got a boat.
Well, it's not mine. We like rented a boat because we need to go further north, but we got distracted by the islands because I mean, it's kind of complicated, but we like ended up, it's not our boat, but someone else's boat was cursed. And so we helped them out and gave them food. And so we're missing some rations. So we were like, maybe we could buy something from someone here.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
this is Cedric and this is Nautia, by the way.
Please, did somebody wake Cedric up? He was napping against a tree.
Yeah,
Kay throws something at him and then introduces him.
Pleasure.
I don't
Huh?
think he's heavy enough sleeper to sleep through people talking.
Okay.
Or having something thrown at him.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet y'all. My name's Kincaid. This is Lena and Moro. We're just, these islands are lovely, aren't they? You said you got distracted by them. It's a pretty beautiful spot we found ourselves in. Unfortunately, we don't have any extra food, per se, but the sea around here is just rife with animals that are good.
Oh,
eating.
yeah, we saw one. Well, we saw a piece of one. We saw those.
Yeah, we killed that a
Yeah.
few days ago for food. Yeah, there's tons of those in the water. There's otters and beaver and all the birds and fish. So there's plenty of good eating out here if you spend some time looking for it.
That is good to know.
Have you discovered any like vegetables, local vegetables?
Local vegetables.
Yeah, he can't eat meat anymore after like a certain mishap.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Like he hit his head real hard, and I think something like went off about a smell or something, and now he just doesn't
She's
like
learning.
That's a little weird. Well, I was gonna suggest sea cucumber as a little tongue-in-cheek, but I suppose if you can't actually eat meat, then I mean, yeah, there are plants growing on these islands, and there's seaweed and stuff in the water. Not much in the way of like carrots and whatever grown up here, you know, but
I mean, all the green stuff kind of tastes the same anyway. It can't be that bad, right?
That's
Cedric?
true. And I suppose if you're all out here on your own adventure, you've probably got some woodcraft skills among you, haven't you?
Oh,
Yeah, that would be him.
Yeah. Mm. Definitely the druid probably knows a little bit more about woodsy stuff than I do.
Yeah, sure.
You don't sound exceptionally confident, but
I mean,
Well,
I haven't been up this far before, so I'm really familiar with stuff, back further south. But this is a very different kind of forest.
that's very fair. Yeah, I don't think many people have been up this far here, at least. Of course, on the other continents, but this is a strange one. It is. So I agree with you. It's a little difficult, maybe, to. Well, I suppose I don't do much of the foraging. That'd be Lena's department, but it's weird and new, and we all gotta learn as we travel.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done much exploring in the area? Do you know if there's like anything we should be like on the lookout for?
What do you mean on the lookout for?
Like sandbars or volcanoes or like those kinds of things that like a boat might run into or
Or
something.
like giant monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, monsters.
With tentacles.
With
Yeah, have you
tentacles?
seen anything out
Or
in the ocean?
without.
I mean, we've seen some, little creatures with tentacles in the water, but nothing big and monstery. No, we're not on a big ship, so we haven't really had to worry about sandbars and the like. But suppose just going slow and careful with a good lookout is the way to go with that, huh?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, bummer about the food, but thanks. Do you need anything from us?
No, I think we're a pretty self-sufficient crew. But yeah, sorry we couldn't be of more help, but glad to meet you and hope your travels are safe. May the dweller on the horizon watch over you.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
I assume that is a religious reference.
Make a knowledge religion check.
I think I'm pretty good at that.
I hope you're pretty good at that.
But are you good at it today?
All right, so let's see. I am good at it today. That was a 23 total.
Yeah. So the dweller on the horizon. Kincaid is referring to the god Farlon, protector of travelers and merchants and the like.
Cool. Yeah, I assume he and Morden are on good terms.
Else?
Farlon is kind of like a neutral god. Like he's neither good nor evil. He doesn't have like prejudice toward or against any specific like peoples. He's just the protector of travelers and merchants, and sort of like a god of luck and stuff like that. Farlon, you would know this too, especially with a 23. Farlon doesn't really, like, there aren't churches to this god. There are roadside shrines. Like, this is a god whose, like, followers, it's not like not an organized religion in the same way a lot of others are, right? So there's shrines to this god, and people leave offerings sort of as like a, hey, Farlon, like, watch over me, while I'm traveling. That he's also called the Traveler and stuff like that. So yeah, like, it's not an organized religion in the same way.
Okay, there's not a clergy or anything like that.
Not like officially. I mean, you look at this guy and like the gear that he's got on, and he could easily be a clergy person or a paladin of some kind, but like, it's not. Yeah, there aren't like churches. So
Alright.
yeah.
Morden's blessings be upon you, friend.
Oh, thank you, brother. Well, do y'all need help getting back where you were before, or you gonna hang out here and look for food, or?
I don't know, guys. You think we should maybe like bring some food back to the boat?
Yeah, we could see what we can get down closer to the water, maybe.
Yeah, I don't fancy dragging one of those giant things back to the boat.
I mean, it looks like they didn't drag it either. They just hacked apart pieces that were useful and brought those back.
Yeah, but I don't feel like carrying those back either.
Okay. I mean, you won't eat it, so I guess that's fair.
So what did we do? Because we took the boat, we took one of the little
mentioned,
boats up to like the big island, and then we have island hopped.
Yep, with the raft and rope system.
And there was a good bit of like woods and stuff back on that first island, right?
Yep.
So basically we've got both beach that's relatively close to the water as opposed to here where it's like cliffy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also woods back on the first island. So that might be the best option for that.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, did you guys, like, we saw like these big piles of wood in the rivers. Did you guys make those?
piles of wood in the rivers?
Yeah, like in the remember
Are you
guys,
talking
we
about
saw-
the big pond with the
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, it's a dam. These things, and he's pointing to the three pelts that are sort of circlish and this sort of like medium brown. It's very thick fur, and they're the ones with like the oval leathery tail. He's like, yeah, those the beaver things were living in there. That's where we found them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
They do all that?
Yeah, they got
Weird.
these huge like orange front teeth. So I guess maybe they use them to, I mean, all those trees that were like chopped down or like half chopped down or whatever, looks like they just chewed right through them.
Because, like,
Oh,
we saw the
that
trees,
sounds really
right?
fearsome.
Like, we saw those things that were taken down.
Yeah, it does sound fearsome. We snuck up on them, but at least one of them, like, they caught on to the fact that we were there and they slapped their tails in the water and made a lot of noise, but
Oh.
Big teeth and lots of noise, but not actually fearsome.
I don't know. We didn't really give them a chance to be fearsome.
Fair enough.
That's
Good
fair.
call. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Kay is having flashbacks to the harpy eagle taking away the monkey.
Right?
How territorial are beavers in real life?
Territorial?
Yeah, I mean, do they, like, how do they generally react to threats? I never
Oh,
really
they, like,
looked
hide.
into it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Run
yeah,
away.
so the slapping of the tail is more or less, like, for a lot of other animals that have lookouts as well, you know, like, prairie dogs and meerkats, like, make noise when they see a predator, right? It's to alert
Yeah.
everyone else in their group that they've spotted a predator, so their group should go and hide, and it's also
Yeah.
to alert the predator that they've been spotted, and it's better
Yeah.
they not waste their time. Yeah, so that's what the
Yeah.
tail slap on the water is. And then, yeah,
Because I don't imagine they move super fast, especially over land, but
beavers?
yeah.
I don't know
but
how
they
fast
can
they are on
probably
land.
scurry back into their stuff.
Yeah. Well, and like, so the way, I guess we should just
How fast
talk about beavers. Let's do
can
it.
a beaver
Eh.
run?
Ooh.
That's the land speed of a beaver.
What is the land speed of a
It says
beaver?
the beaver is ungainly and slow on land.
Yep, I would
What?
believe that. They kind of waddle because they got those big webby feet for
4 miles per hour.
4 miles
Oh,
per
boy.
hour.
That's as fast as
Cool.
I walk.
I was gonna say.
It's about twice as fast as a normal human walks.
Normal
No,
human walks at
walking
3
is
miles an
3.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
but hiking with a pack on. Is
The
2,
beaver doesn't
right?
have a pack on. Why are we?
Okay,
Why are we
fine.
equivocating? Anyway. But yeah, so a lot of people think that beavers live in the dam, but they actually build a separate lodge. So the dam is all like sticks and mud and rocks and crap to like dam up a stream in a low area
Yeah.
to make a pond for them, and then they build a lodge separate, and the entrances to that lodge are all under the water. So yeah, they can like slap the tail to alert their friends and family that there's a predator, and then whoop, and
Everyone just scuttles off into the
exactly.
lodge.
And then like inside the lodge, there's like dry land area for them to hang out. But yeah, the only access is via the water.
Yeah. I just love that idea of like the door's under the water. Good luck.
Yep. And they can close their ears and their nostrils, kind of like if you put in like earplugs and like a nose clip thing to go swimming.
So they just don't have to deal with the water getting in.
Yep.
Yeah, I just look at those web feet and just think of like trying to move around in flippers, not
They're
in the
so
water.
big. Such big feetsies.
They're very useful for one thing and kind of in the way for everything else.
Oh, and I mentioned the orange teeth. So the orangeness on the incisors is a special enamel that's like extra strong.
Okay.
I think maybe some other rodents have orange-ish teeth too, but that's
think so. I
that's
think,
why
like,
beaver
squirrels and
teeth are
stuff.
so orange, is because they've got this like special, like extra strong enamel on their teeth, and their teeth.
I mean, they're chomping through cellulose.
Exactly, like lots of it, yeah. And yeah, their teeth, like other rodents, don't stop growing, so they need to chew on things.
If I'd known we were talking about beavers, I could have brought out my beaver skull. They're you were saying they grow continuously. So like The like the bottom pair of teeth stick out of the front of the jaw,
Yep.
and they actually like loop all the way back through
Mm-hmm.
up into like the basically think right to the base of your ear, right where your jaw hinges, like up in that part of the kind of upper part of the jaw. They go all the way back over there, and they just kind of push forward all the way through the whole length of the jaw.
Like a conveyor belt.
So that's like
Yeah.
the roots and everything are way back there.
Go
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, think about like
Ah.
the root being like basically where your wisdom tooth is, and then just growing
Yeah.
through the whole jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense for like you want to have like good leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they have a big space. I forget the name for the space in dentition like this, but like they have their incisors, and then they've got this big space before their premolars and stuff, and that big space is
yeah.
useful for carrying sticks and logs and stuff.
Yeah, because you really don't want more teeth in the way there especially also just when they're like digging through the tree, because that'll.
Mhm.
Man.
Some other herbivores also have like a gap in their dentition.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
that.
horses or whatever.
Yeah, and deer and stuff like that. But like the beavers is a very pronounced, like beaver skull is very sort of like short and like very round, like domed to make enough space for this space in the dentition, which the name of which I am forgetting right now. But yeah, so that they can carry stuff easily. Yeah.
Interesting.
And obviously beavers are harvested for their pelts.
Yeah.
Because they're highly prized for being high quality and water resistant, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have oil glands, similar to like how a lot of waterfowl, although not all waterfowl, have special glands so that they can secrete an oil to put on their feathers or fur to make them water resistant. So it helps keep the beaver warm and dry, but like you can also use beaver pelt to make a hat, or Kay was considering making an umbrella last time, because it would also keep you warm or dry, because they've got thick fur and lots of it, and coated in this oil. Makes it cozy.
Have you guys heard that like vanilla and like random flavorings are made out of beaver butt secretions?
Yes, I have heard that before.
Not anymore.
Yes.
So they are approved by the US. So castoreum, it's secreted by, it's not a true gland, but actually a sac in the beaver butt. It's like a scent, and it's mostly used modernly in perfumes. It is approved as a food additive, but it has not been actually used as a food additive since like the 1900s, and like the actual not like the century, but the decade.
Yeah.
So like not recently, but it's used in perfumes. Apparently, it has like a very like leathery kind of scent.
Musky.
So if you, yeah,
I would believe that. I mean, like I have smelled beaver pelts because I used them in like educational activities. But yeah, if you ever have a chance to smell beaver fur, like it's nice, kind of cozy.
Also, apparently, Pliny the Elder thought it was good for like stomach troubles.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Drink that.
Flatulence seizures.
I feel like we haven't talked
Sciatica,
about Pliny the
vertigo,
Elder
and
on this show in a
epilepsy.
long time.
Yeah.
We were due.
What nonsense did Pliny have to do with the beavers? Well,
We were due.
So that would have been specifically so there's like a Eurasian beaver, right? That occurs in like Europe and like Ukraine region, and then there's a North American beaver, which I think is I can assume what the four of us are all picturing in our heads when we think beaver, especially since we're in an area that we've already described as being kind of like the Pacific Northwest.
Yep.
So we're already thinking North America, but there are multiple species. In North America, so we talked about we talked about Stellar sea cow last week being, like we killed them all, like as soon as the white people discovered them, we were like murder them. Like we nearly hunted the Eurasian beaver species to extinction, and then there was like a huge trade in beaver fur in North America. Again, for European markets, but now, I mean, it's considered to be a pretty sustainable There's not a huge demand for it, so
Yeah.
they're not like being hunted to in unsustainable levels right now. Like I think in at least where I am in the southeast United States, like there's no bag limit on beavers. You can just kind of like shoot as many as you want because there's not an issue with their populations.
Yeah.
But,
And isn't it? It's a relative of the beaver that's like farmed for fur in South America, right? Is that?
I don't know.
think there was a because I
Or
saw
was it
something about
actually
this a while back.
beavers that they're like
It was beavers that were
invasive?
transplanted down there.
Okay, that's what it
And
is. Yeah.
became invasive
Yeah,
and have
so-
actually been really screwing up because it was in Patagonia.
Somewhere down
somewhere
there.
down there, but yeah,
But yeah,
like,
the North American beavers are invasive in parts of South America.
there's no natural predators.
Yeah.
So what happens when the beavers just get the run of the land? And the answer is they do some damage.
They're ecosystem
Wow.
They flood
engineers.
forests.
They engineer.
Yeah, because they flood forests that aren't able to tolerate it. So it kills all the trees. And yep. I saw something about that a while back. But yeah,
Interesting.
most important, Pliny the Elder thought that castoreum could cure hiccups
Oh,
when mixed with vinegar.
cool.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's very important medical issues here that we're solving with
Hey, some people have died from like long-term hiccups.
how many people?
I don't remember, but it's
Not
like
a lot.
it's a little scary.
It's a very small number, but also there is a point when, because I do tend to get hiccups for long periods of time, and there is a point where I'm just like, is this forever now?
Yep. Every time I get hiccups, I think the same thing.
I think by the time you go out and you kill an animal and you cut out one of the sacs in its butt, probably your hiccups are done.
If nothing else, it like distracts you enough, you know?
Yeah, something to do at least.
I mean, especially if you're out, if it's cold enough, maybe the cold shock will kind of help.
Maybe.
If we're just gonna go with fun facts about beaver,
Sure.
According to the Catholic Church, they're fish.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Storm muskrat and capybaras.
Oh.
Yeah,
good.
capybara is the one that makes like the least sense to me,
'cause
right?
they
Like at least
definitely
muskrats
not-
and beavers are aquatic.
I mean, capybaras kind of are too.
Water.
Semi-aquatic.
They just don't have like a water adapted tail like muskrats and beavers do.
Yeah.
But yeah, the beaver tail is like mostly fat, but like white colonists in North America would like roast it over a fire and eat it because it's a lot of fat. But yeah, that's something I was going to mention too, is that like, again, we're not super subtle with the information here on Nature Check and all of our environmental storylines. But fur trappers in North America sort of like led a lot of colonization, right? Like there was the fur trappers were the ones sort of exploring the quote-unquote wilderness as sort of like the front edge or the leading edge of colonization happening. And it was kind of happening from both sides because you've got like beaver and muskrat and whatever other like fur traders coming from the East Coast from the original 13 colonies and moving inland. But as I mentioned last time when we were talking about the Steller sea cow, those were hunted to extinction primarily by Russian fur traders who made their way across the Bering Strait to hunt sea otters.
All right.
Awesome.
Makes sense. There were also I know there were also Spanish and English, like basically
Probably. Yeah,
trappers that also made their way up there.
probably. I was reading about the Russian one, so that's what I've got.
Yeah.
When
I was like, I
surfacing-
just happened to be reading. I was reading about the English one, so I was
There you
like, I
go.
know there were English people that settled over there too. Anyway,
When surfacing, a beaver can replace 75% of the air in its lungs in one breath, compared to 15% for a human.
Wow.
That's
okay.
I am never been more ashamed of my lungs. That is such a small percentage.
That's such a
Practice
small
your-
number.
Yeah.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
no,
That's
I'm
Mother
just now,
Nature's
like-
motto, I guess.
I'm just now questioning a decade of competitive swimming. What?
Well, but like, not to be super dark about this, but I feel like the COVID pandemic has kind of shown us that, right? Because like, if you're only recycling like a bit of the air in your lungs, like that's why COVID and like other similar diseases where you get infections in like the deep part of your lungs is such a problem, is because like you don't actually wind up recycling everything that's in the bottom a lot. So if you get like fluid or whatever down there, it just kind of like sits. Yeah.
Awesome.
Not
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Do we want to expand our fur-bearing mammals talk to include the other pelts that were hanging on the ropes, or are you good with talking about
Sure.
beavers?
Yeah, what else is on the ropes?
So the other things that I described were several pelts that were much longer and thinner, and Nautia identified them last time as looking something like a river otter or a weasel, but way bigger. And one of them is basically as long as Cedric, and they're sort of like black and silver, and they are sea otter pelts.
Cool.
And sea otter pelts are prized because, this is my favorite fact about sea otters, they have up to, or like around 1,000 hairs per square, I think it's per square inch. So they have the most hair per square inch of like any mammal. They're very furry.
All right.
But it's because that helps keep them warm in the cold, cold water.
Yeah, because they hang
Sure,
out
yeah.
in super cold water.
They do. And they even sleep out on the water. So, like, gotta stay warm. So they have
Yeah,
many
because
much
they
fur.
because they hang out in open ocean, right?
Yep. Which is why they tie themselves together with kelp or hold hands.
Just so cute.
It really is.
Crafty little guys.
They may look cute, but like they're still wild animals. And again, I said
yeah.
one of the pelts is as long as Cedric. Like those things can get much bigger than I think most people realize. Like sea otters are big.
Yeah.
And they have claws and teeth and stuff. So like don't mess with them even though they're cute.
I mean, the river otters here are big too.
That's true. Because you have the giant river otter, right?
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
Largest.
They're like.
They're cute.
I'm just leading into my role as reading the biological stats of an animal's body size.
Here we go.
Cedric's Peter's the Pokédex for
Yeah.
our show.
He's the Wikidex is what he is.
Yeah.
Male sea otters usually weigh 22 to 45 kilograms, which
Yeah.
is 50 to 100 pounds, roughly. But the record is 119 pounds, which is like this.
A young adult person,
That's a small
Yeah.
adult. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'm
Like-
thinking just like
like a young
when you,
woman, right?
when
Like
you encounter like a dog that's like 120 pounds, it's like, oh damn, that dog could murder me,
I
right?
mean, my dog isn't even 100 pounds, so yeah, like
no,
that's,
yeah, you're talking like Great Dane size.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there.
the real big ones.
Yeah, that's an animal that could mess you up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's really a problem if you let them think they're lap dogs when they're puppies.
Hmm.
Did that with mine.
Yeah, you did.
For its size, the
I
male
regret
otter's
nothing.
baculum is
Oh.
very large, massive, and bent upwards, measuring 5 7/8 inches in length.
5 and 7/8. They had to be
Yeah,
that
sorry, that's
specific
150
about it.
millimeters, and 15 millimeters wide at the base, which
Didn't
is
take us long to get
9/16.
to bacula.
It,
Did it. We made it.
it doesn't have anything in here about anus size, so
Oh,
we're
drat.
yeah, I know.
Penis bones.
Yeah.
So
baculums
otherwise
are our
unremarkable.
backup.
Baculums are our backup. I need that on a shirt. It's like weirdly suggestive in its own right too, which is
Yeah.
like,
They don't have any walrus pelts, do they?
huh?
They
Oh,
don't
no,
have
they
any
don't have
walrus
any
pelts,
walrus
I think.
pelts,
Oh
no.
man.
Does anybody? Is that a thing where walrus is harvested for, not for skin, for their ivory or whatever, but like,
I mean, I assume you could make. I mean, they're big. It's a lot of skin. It may not be the prettiest, but I bet you could.
make like a
I'm
raincoat out of
sure-
it?
Yeah, I'm sure. Like,
Walrus raincoat.
yeah, I'm sure. Like native people in North America,
Yeah, I mean,
use it
probably,
for
yeah.
right. Like
I
it
meant
seems
like as a
not a fur trader. Kind of
right,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Like subsistence living is or harvesting is different than
Sure.
like commercial harvesting.
It seems like it would be a very useful,
It does.
like thick and
Yeah.
tough. Like you could like make a canoe out of it or a kayak out of a walrus pelt. But yeah, it's like covered in scars and
Yeah.
yeah, like a elephant pelt.
Also,
right?
I
You're
can't
like,
imagine trying to hunt a walrus. Like they're
mm-mm.
also way bigger than people realize.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they get so huge.
Yeah.
Walrus eye.
Walrus what? Hide. Oh.
Hide. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, they're so big.
Yep. I also I worked in an aquarium before, and I loved learning about the sea otters because like they're sea otters, they're smart, right? And they use tools and stuff. So the two things I learned about them is that the keepers gave them like whole shellfish like in the shell as like an enriching food, because that meant that they had to like crack the shells open like otters do, right? They've got that little like armpit pocket where they keep their favorite rock, and then they pull the rock out and put it on their tummy and crack the whatever, right? But the otters at the aquarium, because they were bored and they're smart and whatever, took the clam shells and like scratched big scratches all over like the inside of the acrylic window of their enclosure, so that like you couldn't see them anymore. And the keepers were like, well, that was a bad idea because now we have to buy new windows. So then they gave the sea otters like Kong toys like we would give a dog, and I guess they shoved them in the like outlet of the water like system and like clogged the outlet, so their enclosure started like filling with water. No. So you can't give otters toys because they'll just wreck the place.
It says walrus hides were, because it's so tough, were used for rope and house and boat coverings.
Rope?
Yeah,
Interesting.
because it's super tough. Also, the flippers were fermented and stored as a delicacy until spring.
I imagine walrus flipper probably shares some traits in common with beaver tail.
You might.
Probably.
There you go. There's that.
So I know that we like pickle pig's feet, and there's like fermented fish things from multiple cultures. But like, if you were fermenting something that was so very much just fat like that, like what would, I'm trying to think what that would be like.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess maybe it would, like fat is a way of storing like sugars and carbs and whatever, so I guess maybe if you fermented it, all of that would get broken down, so maybe it's a delicacy because it would be like really soft and sweet, maybe. I don't know.
No idea.
Weird. Now I'm curious though.
Trying to think of any other like fermented fatty. Well, I guess like sardines. Sardines are kind of oily, right?
Are they?
They're very oily.
Are
I would
they?
just like to know.
Or are they
that...
stored in oil? They may be stored in oil. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
if
they're
it's
not
their
fermented.
Oil.
Yeah, they're just.
Yeah. What, Nancy?
I would like to note that we started with beavers and ended up on food.
I mean,
we are on brand.
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's our brand.
Humans haven't met an animal they didn't want to at least try, you know?
Exactly. Like, you can't look at it and be like, I wonder what that tastes like.
Like, I genuinely, like, all of these articles we've been looking at, the section that talks about, like, what they were used for is called relationship with humans. Because, and, like, most of those sections across the board are going to be, when we killed them, what'd we do with it?
Man, Googling fermented fats is tricky.
Oh, boy.
No.
I mean, it's just all, like, the associations between fermented foods and losing weight and that kind of thing. So it's just...
Yeah.
It's not useful.
Man.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to Google.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, if you know of a cool... Yogurt.
Right? Isn't that fermentation of a high-fat substance?
Mainly with sugars, no?
But, like, milk has a lot of fat in it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not, like,
it's
beaver tail levels of fat.
Right.
But...
I mean, like, yeah, that's what I was thinking of, was, like, there's no other, like solid hunk of fat thing that, like, you know, because, like, even the, you know, the fat in milk is, like, it's in this solution, right?
Yeah,
so,
you
know. Well, if you all out there in audience land know of any cool fermented fat dishes, let us know. Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's a real interesting question, because like deer fat is one of those like real nobody eats like white-tailed deer fat because it's one of the reasons is that it spoils really quickly. It has like one of the fastest spoiling rates. Also doesn't taste super great. So but yeah, that'd be interesting to know if there were ways to like ferment it, make it taste better or something.
Yeah.
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 Because I mean, the other thing is like with these animals that are very fatty and from up north, where like they have the fat because it keeps them warm. The reason people liked that meat is because it was fatty and it was good for them to also stay warm. Because that was an important part of the diet if you were living somewhere that was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Did we exhaust all of our fur-bearing animal and extra related facts knowledge?
I think possibly, yeah.
Okay. There we go. Thank you for sciencing with us.
Woohoo!
All right. So, what's the plan now?
All right, we're getting out of here.
Okay.
I feel like we've wasted enough time on these islands. Probably we just made our food situation slightly worse by spending 2 days not getting any more food. So let's get out of here ASAP.
Alrighty.
Well, we can. I'll look for stuff as we go back. I will specifically wait until we're back on the big island, so we're not doing that on the little boat.
That's a good idea. So you're collecting Claude and making your way back towards the bigger island.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. How are you getting back across the first rope and raft situation?
Is the raft still there?
Yeah, where you left it, on this side.
Okay.
I mean, the same way that we've been doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kay with Claude and Cedric by himself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's going first?
I vote Cedric off the island.
All right. Yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
And I will help balance again,
Okay.
because I think that helped last time.
Strength and balance, Cedric.
Balance and strength. Ooh, wow.
Uh-oh. Starting off strong today?
Uh-huh. That's so for balance I got a 7, and strength I got an 8.
Great.
Okay, would you like to tell me how you fail at both of them at the same time?
I guess I'm gonna like pull too hard and pull myself like off of the
Just face first into the water.
yeah. Like it's maybe like we like hooked it up to the shore.
Yeah.
You know, like it's got like a little like loop of rope so that it doesn't like move out into the middle and you get stuck there or whatever. And I just forgot to unhook it, so I just like grabbed the rope and just yanked. Like it's still right there at the dock, and I'm
well.
Right in the drink.
Let's see here. Since you're going...
Can I try to catch him before he goes in the drink?
Please tell me that the guy we just met saw that happen.
Maybe. Yeah, Nautia, you can make a reflex save. Oh, good.
Good.
That's a 13.
He's not gonna like go all the way in. But
That really undignified, like hanging most of the way off the boat, but like
Yeah.
I've caught a leg.
yeah. I'd like you to make a fortitude save, Cedric.
a fortitude
Oh, boy.
save.
Yeah.
How cold is this water?
It's pretty cold.
Well, I have a +5 in that, so that's a 12.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, on a 1d6, you got 6 points of non-lethal cold damage.
Oof.
6. All right, wow.
damage!
Rolling great today.
Awesome.
All right.
Maybe we should just drag Cedric back and put him next to the fire and drag him later.
I know, I'm fine.
Okay, so, what now?
You gonna try
No,
again?
I'm gonna try it again. This
You
time I'm gonna
you have
unhook
to,
it first.
yeah, change something different. Or, like, change something about what you're doing to get another chance.
I can go with you if you need help.
Sure, that sounds good.
Kay, do you want to roll a strength check with a +2 then?
Oh God. No, I'd like to roll a balance check with a
Well, I
+2.
mean, you can both do balance checks, and then Kay can help.
Uh,
Well, so one of you can do a strength check with a +2, I guess, if Kay wants to help Cedric or Cedric wants to help Kay.
I will help Cedric. I am weak.
Okay, so I'm doing a strength check.
Yep, with a +2.
Uh,
And you can both do balance checks.
14 for my strength.
Okay.
I got a 13 for balance.
14 for balance.
Okay. Yeah, so...
Is it pretty? No.
Yeah,
it's
Can we
like-
make it?
I think you're probably doing your general normal squabbling, but you do make it across eventually, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm sitting down for the whole time. That
Yeah.
lower center of gravity really helps with the balance.
You're
But yeah.
already so short. You already have a low center of gravity.
There it is.
Claude just, like, watches both of you from the shore, well, I'm assuming, like, standing next to Nadia, just
Like animated.
Oh, Nadia's behind making sure that, like, if they fall off,
Oh,
she
okay,
can
so
be
yeah,
there to
he's just
help.
standing there watching alone, just like...
I think
Hey,
Nadia
like-
kind of looks over her shoulder at him at one point. He's like,
When they get to there, he like gives him the thumbs up.
Incredible. Does that mean Claude is going by himself then?
yeah, I will
guess
help
so.
him.
Cool.
I will fly the boat back, and I will also help him.
Okay. My 20s are over here. Wow, awful. He does not go in the drink, but he is struggling to pull the himself along on the raft without anyone else.
I will hop in the raft with him
Okay.
and attempt to help with that.
All right. He'll give you a +2 because you're.
Yeah, let's do
you're
that.
probably
I feel
actually
like he
stronger than
probably
he
has
is.
a
What is your strength?
Well, my strength score is 14.
Yeah, you're stronger than him.
So I got a +2, and then I
uh-huh.
got +2 from him helping, which
Uh-huh.
gets me all the way up to 8.
The two of you are just struggling on the side.
It's so complicated. It's really weird.
What would you like to?
It's different coming back. It's like
What
the
would you
ropes
like
are different. They're frayed in the wrong way.
Yeah.
How far
There's
is this thing? Like, how far is the gap?
Probably like 100 yards kind of thing. Like it's there's a gap between the islands. Yeah,
All right.
is
I was just like, is it a span that we could use our rope to sort of assist with the, but I don't think we have that much rope on us at the moment.
Yeah, I think we have like 50 feet.
You have multiple lengths of 50 feet, but it's not enough to. Yeah.
What if Nautia got in the water and pushed?
Sure. Try that.
Could we try that for something different?
Yep.
Let's just roll again.
Okay.
Really?
What? What'd you get? Awesome.
So that's a
yeah.
4.
Perfect. So you push it at the wrong, like you push up instead of forward,
Yeah.
and he fell off. So.
Oh no! All right. Well,
Now,
I'm gonna try to catch
Claude
them.
is in the water. Reflex save.
All right.
Nancy.
That's better. Reflex save. That's a 16.
Okay.
I choked on my tea.
Amazing. You keep like bringing these poor NPCs into places and things, and
I mean, if I wasn't just rolling absolute garbage, this wouldn't be an issue.
yeah.
He was voluntold.
Old.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. So, where is his? where's
I
his
have
4
decided
points
to
hit
use my
points?
little Cthulhu pelt bag as my dice jail.
Why don't he? Have,
So,
why don't he have hit points?
no,
Am I just not reading your handwriting?
he has 1,000,000,000,000 hit points. He is eternal.
My assistant didn't even notice that I was asking. I don't think it's that I'm not reading his hit points well. His handwriting well. I just think he doesn't have hit points on here. Oh well.
He's not an adventurer. As
It's non-lethal damage anyway. What?
He's not an adventurer.
He has
as
levels
he
in a
told us.
class. It's just not a class like any of yours. Anyway, he has 4 points of non-lethal damage. It's fine.
Alright.
All right, but you get him back out of the water, and now he's
Yep.
grumpy and cold and wet, and trying to figure out why
Alright.
he came with you guys.
Alright, so is there another way we can try this? Because before it was me pulling and him helping.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't just try pulling again. Just do another. I gotta do something different.
Yeah.
Nancy is crying.
Ship captain lost some of her hair. The navigator went overboard. 3 more NPCs for them to fuck up, and then they'll have the whole ship covered.
Uh-oh, Nancy's gone.
Goodbye.
Can you try paddling?
Paddling.
I can't think of any other way to do this. It's so simple.
I mean, can we try some configuration of him pulling and me helping, theoretically?
Sure. Do you? I was gonna ask. Do you have any magical type things that you think could help you in this circumstance?
It's very, very leading.
I mean, I'm just wondering. I don't know for certain.
Can we just shout really loudly and hopefully, like, someone comes rescuing us from those small islands because we didn't make it very far?
Oh my god.
Wait. No, I've got an idea. Wait, hold on. Let me see. What can I...
I'm just asking because I played a water genasi monk the other day who's like monk subclass. This is in 5th edition. Basically made her like an element bender like from Avatar. So now I'm thinking about like water control
We have that
spells and
little
stuff.
blue stone of water stuff. I forget what it does.
It's like water breathing, isn't it?
I think I've got...
Yes,
Wait.
it can swim.
Can I summon...
Summon one of your dolphins.
Yeah, so I've got Summon Nature's Ally at one of 2 different levels. So I could conceivably summon a water-based friend who could help. I also do have guidance prepped, which is somewhat useful,
Mhm.
but let me see which animal friends I can pull here.
Ooh.
Okay. While she does that, I want to summon... While they're struggling out there, I want to summon 2 fiendish squid. And have them...
Why are they fiendish?
That's what it lists.
That's terrifying.
That's what it lists as options at the table.
Oh my god. Do you
Hey,
want to?
I mean, could they be celestial squid? Is that
sure.
okay? Is that a
do,
monster?
do you want to roll the percentile dice, or shall I, to see if it actually happens?
Oh, I want to do it.
Okay. You've got a 50% chance of your fiendish or celestial or whatever squid appearing.
All right, I'm rolling a D100.
Yep. You get to choose high or low, being your 50% that it works.
Oh, high.
Okay.
I want everyone to know that I rolled a D100, and I got a crit fail.
You rolled a 1?
I rolled a 1.
Amazing.
Can Kay just shout really loudly? She's like, "Hey, can anyone hear me?" The squid appear and like slap him in the face with a wet pencil and like disappear
just
again.
like poof away again.
He could just show up, like ink his face,
Oh my god, I just need to
suction
like process
cup slap
that.
him, and
Oh my god, I'm dropping this in the Discord.
Amazing. I'm ecstatic. No squid of any kind appear whatsoever.
Hey, with a 1, I'm happy with it not working.
Okay. So,
I mean,
Kay
yeah.
literally shouts. Can anyone hear her?
Man. You're trying to shout, you are a football field length away from the island, and they're not standing where, like, Nautia and Claude are, so...
Well, it's a good thing that she has practice yelling at all her
Yeah, I'm trying to think of,
unruly
like,
sibling.
what kind of check you'd have to make to, like, see if they can hear you.
I mean, wouldn't they just have to do a perception check to see
Well,
if
yeah,
they
but, like, they do a perception check if they're, like, actively trying to listen for you or something.
Okay.
But, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what you would do to try to be loud enough that they would ambiently hear you without looking for you, as it were.
So, Summon Nature's Ally specifies that if I can communicate with the creature, I can
Yes.
direct it to perform an action as
Yes.
opposed to just automatically attacking an enemy, which is what it's intended to do.
Right.
I'm assuming that would require, like, speak with animals, which I definitely don't have at the moment. Could we just do that as an animal handling check?
Yeah, if you've got, like, make an argument for how you will, you know, use animal handling to communicate your desire. You know, like, carrot on a stick or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, because porpoises kind of tend to do what they want. Yeah, I get... Because, like, they would respond to, like, food, right? So, like, if I was able to get a fish and then entice the porpoise with the fish, but also, like, attach the boat to the porpoise somehow.
How far away are they? Did they make it, like, halfway? Are they, like, close?
They're still at the start.
Yeah, we're super, like, we're stuck.
Does the rope, like, go downwards, or is it just straight across?
It's pretty much straight across.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to just be an kind of dealio.
Can Kay, like, jump on it and, like, climb, like, the like...
You wanna do the, like, upside down, like, cool Assassin's Creed garbage? Yeah, man. Here we go.
It's like the most roguish thing that Kay's ever done.
It is. I'm very proud. Incredible. Let's see here.
She, like, fastens herself, like, a little harnessy thing to, like...
Okay.
So if she falls, she doesn't, like, fall into the drink, because we've done that before.
Okay.
We've learned she can be taught.
Yeah. Give me use rope check to make yourself a little harness.
Alright. Use rope. A 12.
Okay. And then this isn't, like, exactly what this is meant for, but I'm gonna use it to sort of encompass, like, a whole bunch of agility and strength related things. So give me a tumble check to do this cool Assassin's Creed shit.
Alright. Don't have it written. Oh, there it is. It's like, I've just never used it before. 12.
Okay. So it's really, really, really slow going, because you realize as you, like, start going upside down that, like, wow,
It's far.
I'm upside down and it's a football field long. And even though you tied yourself this little harness, you're, like, looking at the water and thinking about how cold it was for Cedric, and, like, I'm kind of nervous about falling in. So I'll ask you to make a fortitude save, just to see sort of, like, how you are getting on.
18.
18. Okay. So it takes you a while. It's slow going.
I'm determined.
You're determined. It's not as cool looking as you might have hoped. You don't, like, scurry across, but, like, you do eventually.
Ever cool looking.
Sometimes. But yeah, you do eventually, after a few minutes, make it across to the other side.
This is on brand for my clumsy rogue.
I like it. That was a good creative solution.
Also, yet again, Kay saving the day.
Yep.
All right, team.
Here she is on the other side. So yeah, you just like Nautia,
Here we
you
go.
and Claude watch her like upside down her way along the rope to you.
That works.
Do not
All right.
make me do this again.
Claude's
So
just
now
like,
can we
"I
try
don't know
that again with
what's
case help?
happening." Yes. All right. Yeah. So Nautia, are you still pulling or are you pushing
Yeah, I
or are
can
you
still pull.
balancing? Okay. So you pull. You can have yeah, +2 from each. Sure, a +4 to the strength,
All right.
and we'll do balance checks. That's better.
Why?
How's your
Wait,
balance?
that's with the so that was strength.
Yep, with a +4.
So I get +4 from them.
Yeah.
So that's 12.
Okay. How about UK on your balance?
I got a 7.
All right.
Can I reflex save?
Yeah, you can try to reflex save. Yeah.
Hell yeah. A 14.
Okay. So also make a fortitude save for me.
Oh boy. Then we're gonna get
7.
over to the other side
All right,
and spend the rest of the session trying to build a fire.
Yeah. So you slip and kind of catch yourself. So basically,
I'm
just
very tired
Yeah.
from the
exactly.
the caterpillar.
Your arms are very
Yes.
jelly.
Yes. So
Yeah.
just up to your waist, you kind of go in, and you take 5 non-lethal cold damage. But you are able to pull yourself back out. And then Nautia, what was your strength? 12.
12.
Okay. Yeah. So again, it's slow going because now there's sort of, Claude's a rather large person. So there's sort of like the 3 of you squished on this thing.
Very awkward.
And everybody's frustrated and tired. So yeah, it takes
That's
a
fair.
while. But you do eventually make it to the middle island.
right.
Hooray! It's always traversing things challenges. That is
Now we
where
just have
Yeah.
to do that again.
they get stuck every time.
Doors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doors.
Just the basic.
canyons.
How deep is the water between the islands?
It's pretty
like if
deep.
it wasn't
These
like if it wasn't
things-
frigid, could you like walk across it or
No.
No.
This is like these islands kind of like stick up out, and it pretty, especially the smallest one, like I said, the the cliff sides of it are very sheer, but even the other ones, like there's a little bit of beach and then it like pretty sharply drops off. So yeah, even if it was not cold, it would still not be walkable. No.
Yeah.
Hence the raft.
All
Well, I was
right.
thinking like we could chop down a stick and if it would like push it with a stick, but if it's not
Nope. Are you I don't know. I'm not gonna ask you that. That's up to you. What now?
So mysterious.
What time of day is it?
Yeah.
Well, with all of that, it's probably probably mid-afternoon.
Caleb finds a flat rock and like lays over it in the sun. She's cold.
Is there sun?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's still summer. It's just the water is cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hay is thermoregulating on a flat rock.
I'm just remembering
Blizzard.
I'm just remembering a summer vacation up to Tacoma, Washington, where the weather forecast included scattered sunbreaks. The way that everywhere else in the world does, sort of scattered thunderstorms or
That's
whatever.
good.
Scattered
Scattered
sun
sun
breaks.
breaks. Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. Nice.
Maybe that's how I should advertise the rainforest in the rainy season.
Periodic sun.
A periodic sun, maybe.
Occasional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my first experience, like as a child, with the really like stinging cold, like misty rain, was also Tacoma.
There you go. Yeah. So Kay
This
is
whole episode is reminding me why I moved.
right. There you go.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you fall in the Amazon River? You swim with dolphins.
And
No darn.
leeches.
I
And,
mean,
and
I've swum
that
in the
and that
Amazon.
notorious fish.
The piranhas.
Mhm.
Oh,
No.
the one that swims up your
Urethra. Yes.
yeah that one.
Ooh.
That isn't actually true.
I know.
Anyway, I swim in the Amazon River and have had zero problems with leeches, piranhas, or this random fish.
Cool.
Kandiru.
That's it.
Yeah, that one.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's attracted to urine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't like
Makes
swim
sense.
up your
Right, yeah.
urethra. It's called the penis fish.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
It's a type of catfish.
That's
You're a type of
ironic.
catfish.
Super funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so Kay is laying on a rock like a lizard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Claude is soggy and grumpy.
There's
I'm
a
assuming
spot next
Nautia is
to me.
unbothered by
He,
cold
like,
water.
I mean, yeah.
He, like, moves
you're a
over.
thing of water. Oh, so Claude can also humph down on this rock and...
Yeah, I think if they're sort of chilling for a minute, I'm gonna kind of wander around and try to forage a little.
Okay. Survival check to find snacks.
Survival check for snacks. No, for a second I thought it was gonna like fly back
Oh.
off the table, and then it dropped instead. I wasn't completely just startled by a normal dice roll.
What?
13.
13. Yeah, you're not able to find a whole lot of... I don't know what kind of edible plants there are in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, like, are there any kind of nuts up there? Or are there what would there?
I mean, there's like blueberries and stuff, no?
Maybe.
Depending on the
Raspberries
season.
and stuff?
Wild edible plants of the Pacific Northwest. Thank you, Northern Bushcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Asparagus! Heck yeah. You find
Wild
some
asparagus?
wild asparagus.
I love it.
Wait, what?
That's on this list of northernbushcraft.com/plants. Wild edible plants of the Pacific Northwest.
It's got to be introduced.
Asparagus.
Asparagus is native to Europe.
Is it?
Europe, Northern Africa, and Asia.
Oh, well then you don't find asparagus. I got excited.
I love how asparagus grows like it's a joke.
Right?
Just like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no one believes that. Like, there's so many people out there who are like...
It's so weird.
They were just talking about it on Completely Arbitrary, which is a botany podcast about trees, and they were like, I don't know what asparagus looks like. And it's like, literally, it looks like somebody went to the store, bought a bunch of asparagus, and then jabbed it in the ground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like somebody was on an asparagus Easter egg hunt.
They have several
People
things on this list that are not native. So
people are surprised how pineapples grow too, because like in some of the farms that we visit, it's just like a bromeliad-like plant, and there's just like a legitimate pineapple in the middle of it.
A single pineapple, because it looks like it looks like it would hang from the
the
top, right? Like an apple or something like that. It's like nope.
No, it's on the ground.
Yeah. So you can find wild bergamot and wild rose. Because you can eat rose hips and stuff, and wild bergamot is like vegetation. It's got a very strong flavor, but
Yeah.
Just because you can eat it.
Oh wait, no, you don't find that
enjoyable.
because that's the thing that the pot bugs ate. Never mind. I'm getting myself all mixed up.
Oh no.
But you can find wood sorrel. That works. Sure.
I feel like you were right. The first thing was that you mentioned, the seaweed. I feel like that would be honestly, if we were foraging for something, that would be one of our biggest vegetable opportunities. Would be kelp.
Yeah,
And you can dry it out.
If there's anything I learned from watching 8 seasons of Alone, it's that you can eat seaweed.
I think basically what then would happen is she would sort of wander around sort of the woods right there, get discouraged, and then go for a swim.
Amazing. Yeah. So if you go for a swim, you find some delicious, delicious kelp and other assorted aquatic things.
I'm just sort of picturing her walking out of the water, just like trailing like a giant thing of like
you just ripped one up by its holdfast, and you just have like the entire like big long like giant kelp stalk. Like,
long.
Oh my God.
She very clearly like tried to like limit it, and then like it kept coming. And just,
like a handkerchief coming out of a clown's pocket.
Oh my God.
So she just like walks out of the water with it. And just...
I love that image so much. Oh yeah,
this is fine,
right? And I said that there were tide pools along the beaches of these the two flatter islands, so you could look at sea stars and octopuses and little fishes and whatever, and anemones and urchins and whatever.
I think Kay would feel bad about eating crab after she has become emotionally attached to one.
No crabs for you. Ooh, abalone.
I think she would bring sort of an assortment of some of those things from the tide pools and set aside a few of them. And like, if I don't know if the bag is with us, if it's not, she'll hang on to them. But if we do have the bag of holding, she will put them in there after the very tasty.
Amazing. Oh, you're trying to make friends with him,
I don't know. Because she's just like, oh, he liked those urchins. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Amazing.
Like, she
She's
was
so
trying to be a
sweet.
smart ass with it, but he seemed to like it, so. Also, maybe he'll decide he likes something. Because that's the other thing. She's kind of looking at all these and, like, because she was looking at those pelts and, like, are those worth something? Should we be doing that? She probably says that, too. Like, should we try to get one of those things that they were doing? Because, like, would that be something?
I mean, if you want to go after a large teethy thing that slaps its tail and chews trees down for a living, I mean, be my guest.
It really does sound terrifying when you put it like that.
Well, also because like because all we know is that they have teeth big enough, like they are able to chew through trees.
Yes. Yeah.
And
So
they
she's
make
probably
loud noise.
picturing something a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Because especially like when pelts are stretched out like that, like they look bigger because it's, you know, wrapped around the whole thing. But like maybe the smaller ones.
The ones that only chew down small trees? Sure. Be my guest.
Yeah, I don't want to find any beasts, fearsome beasts around here.
Well,
we want to try going. I mean, I'd like to get back to the boat before nightfall.
that's probably not going to be possible.
Yeah, because it took us it took us a day and a half to get out there, so like we're gonna have to like camp. So basically,
Well,
do we want to
guess
try
we're
to
gonna camp
move
here.
some more today, or do we want to set up camp here and then go the rest of the way tomorrow?
Well, have we made it to the second boat yet?
No, you stopped after you did the first crossing.
Okay, all right. And it's what time?
Late afternoon.
Yeah, it's like a little past mid-afternoon now that Nadia's done some foraging.
Could we cross this island again before nightfall?
Yeah, this one's not that large either.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we should at least get to the other side of it, camp on the other side.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then
If
we can
we
wake up
can-
and tackle that ferry first thing in the morning.
Well, I feel like if we can, we should try and go now because we're already wet, so we could just get more wet versus drying off and then getting wet tomorrow morning, which sounds kind of awful.
I like that. That's a good plan. I like that. I don't see any problems with it. It'll
All
probably
right,
go great.
let's go.
As long as we can get there before dark.
Okay.
Break time's over, and like Kay jumps off the rock and
All right.
plows ahead forward.
So if your plan is to try to cross this island toot sweet and not like take your time or whatever, yeah, at the point it is in the afternoon, you'll probably want to like hoof it. So I'll need somebody to lead and make a survival check. Nadia, you don't have anything on your abilities yet about like your party moving at like the same speed even through like
No, not
whatever,
for the
right?
party.
So you have it for yourself but not for
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, somebody needs to do a survival check for you to sort of like find your way back across, and I'll need everybody to make another fortitude save just to see if you're able to keep up the pace.
Cedric, you're good at surviving. You should lead.
Is he doing it?
Am I doing the survival or the...
I think Nadia rolled the survival.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I just rolled. I didn't roll well. So I just rolled a 9.
Great.
I got a 15 in my
Unless someone
fortitude
is
save.
assisting me.
I got a
Oh, and your
9
fortitude as well.
on my fortitude.
And I love using the back of the DM's guide.
I would like to...
don't.
I would like to assist Nadia. Can I do that?
I'm changing dice over these
Well,
ones.
a +2 would change that to a what, Nadia?
11.
11?
11.
I could also help.
I think only one person can assist.
I just rolled a natural 20 for my fortitude save, so that's 29.
That's good.
So you're gonna get us lost, but you're not gonna get.
I'm
tired
gonna
while
get
doing it.
everyone lost, but I am not bothered by these
I feel
cold, wet
great.
conditions.
Kay's really annoyed because like her boot is rubbing up weird against her sock.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a thing. That is absolutely a thing that happens when your feet get wet.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're only wearing one pair of socks, rookie.
I mean, I stole these pair of socks. Do you want me to steal more socks?
Hey, you're wearing somebody else's socks?
Well, yeah, they left them out to dry one day, and I like the color of them. She like,
What
they're
color
like
are
really
they?
ugly. They're like white with pink polka dots or some shit.
Something stripey.
Kay,
Yeah.
if you need me to lend you money so you can buy your own not used socks, I mean, I'd be happy to do that. We have party money. We have.
I mean, I stole these before the party. I just like, I don't know, like why get rid of good socks? Especially this one has a rubber ducky on it. Not that anyone a natural rubber yellow floaty contraption that looks like a duck.
Yeah. No, I've heard of the rubber subspecies of ducks, renowned for their ability to jump up
Bounce.
and down. Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, so
There no like people knew about natural rubber for a long time though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
it's not white.
People in our world did.
Yeah.
The people in.
Oh,
Well, the trees are tropical. You can find them in the Amazon, and we went through the rainforest, so I can imagine it was like a traded substance.
yeah. Okay. So what were those fortitude saves again?
9.
29.
29? You have a plus
I rolled
9?
a natural 20.
But you have
Oh
a
my
plus
God.
9? That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cedric
I
had
have a
14.
3 plus 3 to my
15.
fortitude.
15. Okay. So, Kay, you are now, so you gain the fatigued condition.
Oh,
A
great.
fatigued character can neither run nor charge and takes a -2 penalty to strength and dexterity, so that reduces both your strength and dexterity
Oh, good.
modifiers by 1 temporarily.
This will be super good
You're
for
going to
that.
be doing so good.
Doing
so good
anything
Quickly
crossing
that
this.
getting
would-
across the boat thing.
Yeah. Doing anything that would normally cause fatigue causes the fatigued character to become exhausted. After 8 hours of complete rest, fatigued characters are no longer fatigued.
Alright.
Guys, I'm so hungry, and my stupid rubber ducky sock is rubbing against my foot, and my pants are still cold, and my backpack just like won't sit on my back in the right way. And
Hey, this was your idea.
It's such a
This.
I wasn't gonna get us lost. Where are we even going?
So yeah, it does take you, like, you start moving fast in not the right direction, and you come to a point on the coast and realize that you've probably veered, like, very dramatically to the left or something because you don't see the raft and the rope anymore anywhere. So you can make another survival check to try to unloose yourselves.
Kay like
Okay, let's
falls to the ground on her knees.
do
She's like,
this with the other
no,
die."
just let me
All right.
die here.
Yeah, Kay, you stay here. Nadia and I are going to go scout.
18.
18 is exactly what you needed to get unlost. Okay. So you do make it to the raft and the rope again, on the correct side of this island to get back towards the biggest one, the closest to the main continent. And it is just about sundown. And one of your party members is cranky and exhausted.
Guys,
All
Do we
right,
wanna try this now?
I vote we just stay here for the night. We build a fire. We all dry off. We start fresh in the morning.
Okay, I'm gonna go across that boat naked. I don't want to get my clothes wet again.
That's
Don't
a
look, Cedric.
choice.
Cheryl's face is great.
Just don't look. Turn around, Cedric. When
It
you're,
was like
pulling me
Claude's
across the
reaction
boat.
too was like, what?
Because that's how that works.
All of his nice clothing is like very must at this point too.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh wait, no, he had changed into less nice clothing. I
Yeah,
forgot.
he did.
I
He-
forgot.
Okay.
He did put on adventuring clothes.
He has his adventuring clothing.
adventuring clothes. You got
Guys,
it.
I'm so hungry. I could eat like a whole one of those giant dead whale things we saw earlier. By myself.
A whole one.
And not share.
I will go forage for some more food.
Okay, survival to forage.
21.
Okay, you find some more food for you all to make a nice, like, actual meal dinner. And I feel like the making of that actual meal dinner is a good stopping point for us to go and take a snack break.
Yeah.
So thank you to all of the people watching. Hello. We like seeing you. If you want to participate in the chat, that'd be great. Or you can use your channel points to give the players
Help us
some
with our shitty rolls.
boons. We always like it when audience members show up when they're trying to cross something, because crossing something is very hard, apparently. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna go on our midway break and grab a snack and, you know, other bio break type things. You can too, and you can catch us back here real soon. Thanks. They gave me the thumbs up, and here we are. We're back. Hello. Are we actually back? The stream is so far behind. Okay, yes. We're actually back. The stream is so far behind. But whatever. Hello.
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 So, so Nautia just did some foraging for you all to have a nice dinner of seaweed snacks and other
Thanks, friend.
seaside foods.
Yeah.
And now I suppose you're camping for the evening?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Are you setting watches? Are you just hanging out?
I'm
I'll take a watch.
fatigued.
You are fatigued.
I'll take a watch.
He'll take a watch. You'll take a watch.
Claude can take watch.
Claude can take watch. Sure. Is Claude taking first, second, or third watch?
I will take.
If there's one that will be not dark, we can give that to Claude. Because both of us have dark vision, right?
Good point.
He does too, but you know,
Oh, that works.
because he's a half orc.
Yeah, half orcs up top.
Oh, yeah.
Boop 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 boop.
I feel like we've
Pat on the
put
head,
Claude
Cat.
through enough, so maybe he should get first watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take third watch.
Okay,
Yeah,
Wake
take
up
middle.
early.
cool.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. Claude takes watch. Nothing much doing. Nautia.
All right. This is perception.
Mm-hmm.
24.
Wow. It is a beautiful night. It's a little cold, but it's a beautiful night. Nothing doing.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Cedric.
Okay, my turn.
Yes.
I rolled an 18. on
Okay.
Perception check.
Yeah. Cold morning, but yeah. Nothing bad happens.
Okay.
And Kay is no longer fatigued.
Hooray.
She is still asleep until someone wakes her up, though.
I mean, mood.
Yes, RK, I think we're having trail rations for breakfast, so up and at 'em, Budrow. Yep,
Budrow.
I'm like poking you with my boot. Time to get up and go for a swim.
Ugh. I'm serious about what I said yesterday. I'm stripping down to the bare essentials to cross that place, to cross the river, whatever it is.
All right, you do you. That sounds miserable, but yeah, I mean,
sounds cold.
you do you, bud.
This is the only other thing that I have that's dry.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it out there. I fell in yesterday, and it did not keep me any drier than I would have been, I guess.
Right?
So how are you getting your stuff across then?
In my backpack.
Okay. So you're
She
just
just-
gonna be naked on a raft with your backpack on your back. Is that?
I like stripped down my underwear. I'm not like naked.
Oh my
Naked.
god. Okay.
It's a bathing suit.
Down to her undies,
Knickers.
knickers, down to her knickers, with her backpack on. Okay. Are you going on the raft with someone, or are you just doing that on your own?
I mean, I feel like I should go with someone. I'll take out the boys. I don't care.
Oh, so I have to do this with my eyes closed? Is that what you're saying?
No, just face forward.
Okay.
Turn back.
Were there
I
any
saw
kind
your
of berries?
dead body, so it's not like you're seeing anything like out of the ordinary with
Hey,
me.
Oh
I'm
my
fine with it.
goodness.
You're the one who was like, "Don't look at me." Now I gotta not look at you in order to be
Well,
respectful.
just don't stare.
I
Like
wouldn't
pretend you're at the
stare.
beach with your cousin or something.
The beach? He's never been to the beach.
I've never
without
been to the
you
beach, and
guys.
my cousin has definitely never been to the beach.
Okay, well, what about those underground pool things that you guys swim in? I read about that in a book once.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you jump in that with your clothes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But how do they dry underground?
I mean, you can still have dryness underground next to a fire or something like that. Stuff still dries. You just don't hang it in a damp cave.
Don't hang
That
him in the
makes
damp
sense.
cave.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're bickering and
Checks
trying
out.
to get across at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Nautia, you found. I'll let you make good berries out of rose hips because I'm nice like that. So
Okay.
You can make.
Yeah.
two.
So basically,
Yeah.
when she was complaining about trail rations that morning, I
Yeah.
went ahead and made some good berries.
Thanks, Mom.
High in vitamin C. Basically good berries already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how many. If I can find my D4s.
All right, so Kay and I are making it across.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
One person
so,
can make a strength check with a +2, and you both need to
That's
make
you.
balance checks.
All right.
I got 22
For your balance?
on balance.
Okay, you're balanced.
All right. On balance, I got a 17, and on
Okay.
strength, I got, with the +2, I got a 13.
Okay, yeah, you make it across without looking at Kay.
All right. Yes. Excellent.
Kay puts on her clothes when she gets to the other side.
I feel like I'm so focused on arguing with you that I don't even notice that we get to the other side. Like it's just we kind of clunk into the stone, and I'm just like,
Like y'all are just sitting there at the shore on
Yeah.
the other side, like not
Yeah.
moving and still arguing. And
Yeah.
Nautia kind of comes over. It's like, hey, are y'all done with this?
Oh, yeah, sorry about
right,
that.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Kay's has her shirt half over her head and she's just thumbs up somewhere in her sleeve.
Bastard.
All right. You bring that back over for Claude?
Yeah.
He appreciates you. I'm assuming you're doing the strength check for him?
Yeah, let's
And
do
he'll
that.
do a balance.
Why?
I love the idea that you're a half orc and you, a tiny little mephit, and you're like, no, I'm gonna pull the raft.
Am I getting an assist from him?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 10.
Okay, yeah. So he just barely manages to stay on, and you slowly and carefully, so that he doesn't fall off, make it to the other side. So yeah, it takes you a while,
Great.
but eventually you do it.
Hooray. We did it.
Yay.
All right.
Every time I have them cross something, it's an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
You're back on the big island.
And just, by the way, for everyone who partook of the good berries, you got 1 point of damage healed.
Excellent.
I mean, we also slept, so we got damage healed now.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 point per character level.
I think that puts me back up to full.
Yay.
Me too.
Hooray.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What are you doing back on the big island?
Well, let's mosey.
Yep. We can mosey, and
It just occurred to me. Perhaps it was very rude of us not to return the raft to the opposite side. I mean, they don't have a flyer on their team.
Yeah. Nadia's gonna go ahead and fly that one back over then.
Okay. So the one in between the big island and the middle island is back.
How long would it take me to fly that? Because it took us the whole day to
What's your
walk
speed?
across it.
Your flying speed?
40?
40?
It's faster than a beaver walks.
It's faster than you all walk, too. I'll say that, like, half as long as it took you to walk across the island, you could fly back. If
Which
you,
was
like,
a chunk of the day, right?
hoofed it. Yeah. Yeah. Not a huge chunk of the day, because this is the smaller island.
Yeah. All right. So like I could fly back over there and take the other one back, but y'all would have to wait.
We could wait.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should be nice to them. They didn't kill us when we just like crashed the camp.
Yeah. Because like we definitely when we left they were still on that island, right?
Yep.
So presumably they had just been elsewhere on that island when we got there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go do that.
Okay.
Just take us a little longer. It's fine.
Uh-huh. Okay. So you bring it back over?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you come back? So yeah.
Yep.
It's been a little while. Did you guys do anything while you were waiting for her?
Kay took a nap.
Nice.
It's fair.
Forage, I guess. See if there's any berries or anything like that.
Survival check. Look for food.
Blueberries,
boy.
maybe? That's an 11.
You're trying your best to remember, like, the things that Nautia got for you guys. You're struggling a little bit. Like, you see some things that you're like, this might be edible, but you're not, like, 100% sure. But you can try it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
cool. Nautia rejoins you eventually.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. A survival check from someone to follow the path back out to the beach. To your boat.
All
All
right.
right. I'm going to help Nadia.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's that's a 23 plus his
Mhm.
2, that'll be 25.
Mhm.
Nice.
Are you trying to go fast or just regular?
I feel like just regular. I mean, the
Okay.
whole point was to not get
Yeah.
wet last time, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you traverse the biggest island again, and you make it back to the beach where you had parked your rowboat near the covered up rowboat of the people you met, presumably. And there you are. And you can see the Garrelady still floating.
I'm going to throw a
All right.
rock at our rowboat.
Yep.
Roll a ranged attack. 21. Okay, you hit, and you hear the boom of rock hitting a wooden boat.
That sound like a wooden boat to you guys?
Kay picks up a stick and pokes the boat with the stick.
You hear the thump of a wooden stick hitting the side of a wooden boat.
I mean, it doesn't appear squishy or slimy.
And it didn't, like, grab the stick out of your hand. Or
And
grab
it didn't grab the stick out of my
Mhm.
hand.
Or grab you.
Mm-hmm.
Or grab me.
All right. I think
Claude's,
it's actually
like,
a boat.
watching all of you, like, what are you doing?
The
Look,
last
last
boat
time-
turned into a monster. We've tried telling this
It tried to
people.
eat
They
us.
don't believe us.
Okay.
That's why we didn't bring the other boat back.
Okay. Well, let's bring this one back.
Yep.
And I can go
All
back
right.
to
Like,
standing
carefully-
at the helm.
Can I, like, look under it to make sure there's not a crazy monster that's under it?
Sure, do a search check on your boat.
14.
You carefully tip your head and peer under, sort of grab the edge of the boat and start to lift it, and you feel something touch your finger. What do you do?
Scream and drop it, obviously.
Scream and drop it.
Something touched me!
I get out my warhammer.
We smashed the boat. Something touched me, Cedric. You flip it over. You look at it. Flip it over there, Warhammer.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I want to try and summon a creature and have it flip the boat over.
Okay. We're trying again with the summoning.
Yep.
He wants to redeem his D100.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, nope, didn't work.
No? What were you trying to summon?
I hadn't even decided yet.
Oh, well, there you go. It doesn't work anyway.
Yeah.
Through the power of indecision.
A giant riding dog.
Aw, puppy.
Let's see. I want to at least prepare myself for this.
Oh, whatever. It probably would have eaten us by now anyway, because it just like rolls over and like flips the boat over.
Okay. You flip the boat over, and underneath there is kind of a large, like, dock spider. If you've seen those before, they hang out in boats sometimes.
She screams anyway.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
they're big.
Yeah. I cast Bane on the dock spider.
Is that a saving throw?
Let's see. Yes, a will save.
Of what?
What's my spell save DC? Where is that on my character sheet? It's been so long.
Oh my goodness. It's 10 plus your relevant casting ability modifier plus the spell level.
Alright, so that's 13 plus 1, 14.
The spider fails the save. You have baned the spider.
Yeah!
And it
What does
Alright.
Bane do?
scuttles away.
It has a -1 penalty on attack rolls and a -1 penalty on saving throws against fear effects.
It leaves.
It is filled with fear and doubt.
It leaves. And doubt. The spider is filled with doubt and leaves. Claude is watching you all still.
Yeah. I summon my spiritual weapon and smash it.
Do you really?
Joke's gonna be on us when something actually pops up later.
Yeah, no, I don't. Okay, alright. Let's get out of here.
Alright.
Okay. So someone is rowing back to the main ship.
Yeah, the strong people.
The strong people.
I
I
think
can
that's
try.
the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, between the 3 of you, like Nautia, Cedric, and Claude, you can make it back to the Garrelady. No
Alright.
problem.
Cool.
Yep.
She doesn't want us to roll because then it'll take all day.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Nautia, I'm assuming you might fly up onto the deck to get somebody to send down ropes so you can just kind of get back up. Yeah, okay. So you let Sasha know. She throws some ropes over the side. You get them tied to the rowboat, and Horfir and Sasha haul you all in the boat back up onto the deck. And Stomanel is leaning against the helm. And just like, so, how did it go?
Well, it wasn't the most productive couple of days we've spent.
Great.
Yeah.
But it wasn't unproductive. We didn't lose anything.
You brought back
I
my
only got some
navigator.
seaweed.
We did. Nobody died.
I
and
didn't
you got
die.
and your rowboat came back.
And my rowboat came back. You're getting better at this.
Yeah, see,
Alright.
look
Yep.
at us go. Practice.
Yep.
Nice.
Your
We brought
rowboat
some
didn't try and
seaweed.
murder us.
Okay.
And the people we met said if we like chill here and fish for a little bit, then we should be able to get a lot of food for our like continuing
Oh,
adventure.
you met people.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, so they like killed this, I don't know, giant whale thing.
They killed a
And
whale.
it ate part of it, I guess. And then they said there's more of those and also like lots of fish in this area, so we could like spend an afternoon fishing, and they said it was good here.
Nice. Yeah.
And I can get some more stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing a little bit of that kind of thing while we've been waiting for you. I wasn't sure how long to wait, but I'm glad you came back safe and brought Claude back safe. And
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're not really in much the worse off than we were before, so that's fine. So you guys want to spend the rest of the day hanging out in these fertile waters and getting some fish and seaweed and stuff?
Can we just fish while we sail?
You can?
Too fast. No, we can.
We've wasted enough time.
I mean, you can try. It's not going to be necessarily the same because you don't have like a trawl net or whatever. But
Yeah, because the other thing is like Nautia can go around and grab stuff like from tide pools and stuff if the boat's stationary, but once we're underway, she can't keep up with the boat.
Gotcha. All right.
I vote food.
Okay.
But food. This is very Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
All right. So you spend the rest of the day sort of hanging out and reprovisioning the ship, and then probably at the shift change, Stomanel has everybody sort of like get the ship back underway before Vinalda takes over steering. Yeah. For the evening. Do you want to do anything once the ship gets back underway, or are you just hanging out?
Hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Hanging out. Cool. I think, good night's rest.
Yeah. So you sleep in your hammocks downstairs by the pigs and Carl.
Did we bring Carl?
You didn't bring him on the trip, no.
No.
All right.
I think Sasha was entrusted with taking care of him while you were gone. That sounds familiar.
I imagine that when Kay finds him, he has like a big like lettuce leaf or something. He's just like
Probably.
very happy.
I mean, yeah, she does like animals. Yeah. So you sleep in the ship for the evening. It's nice to be back sort of indoors for those of you who are more used to sleeping indoors. The ship moves through the night. Are you doing anything specific when you wake up the next morning?
I think Nautia will resume sort of periodically hopping up on like the topmast and looking around.
Okay.
Hey, Cedric, what do you think? So I was thinking for like my next big umbrella design, you know how like wizards always carry staffs? What if you made like, what if I could like sell like a staff umbrella combo? Looks just like a regular like rain thing, but then you can literally make it rain.
I mean, this sounds like a great idea to me. Are wizard staffs like special, or are they just like symbolic? Like, do they have like special?
Oh, I just assume that's where the magic stuff comes out of. Like it channels the magic stuff.
Yeah, but like, does it need to be like made out of something special to do that, or like have special?
I feel like you could just like attach the umbrella attachment, and that would even be better because then you could like sell multiple ones in different colors. You know, don't want to show up to your formal event in like yellow polka dot. You know.
Yeah, no, I like that. So you just sell the kit.
Modular umbrella attachments for.
You take off your little crystal ball. You screw on the little umbrella attachment.
Yeah, I feel like you could also make one that like, because you know, like I feel like if some people don't want to like remove like the gem thing at the top because it's like special, it might drop. But like, so you could like create the attachment that it like slides on like this way, and then clasps into place. She like shows him all of her like sketches that she's done, like various like models and sizes.
Sure. I feel like I mean, you're assuming kind of a standard diameter here, and I feel like that might be the issue. I don't know how much variety there is in these kind of shapes.
I guess
so
we
might
could
have
make
to
it
sell
adjustable.
like yeah,
like
with
crank
some
it.
kind of set screw or something like that, maybe, or yeah, some kind of like hose clamp kind of thing, you know, kind of screws down. Yeah, or you could sell like a whole like resizing rings, you know, that go with it.
Oh, that'd be smart.
You know,
I can see the marketing. Just in case your staff is too thick. Don't want to leave home without protection.
Yeah.
Cedric, this has been great. She like takes her notebook, she like runs below deck, starts scribbling ideas down.
All of that goes straight over Cedric's head.
You doing okay, Sheryl?
Oh, I'm good.
Huh.
I just
Cedric
keep thinking.
and Kay should have their own stream.
Why did I let this umbrella thing be a thing? Oh, a Cedric and Kay talk show would be lit. Okay.
We could call it the stream of consciousness.
Wow.
That's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet there isn't already a podcast called that.
Whatever, I'm sure they suck.
Wow.
I mean, no hate.
Yeah. You hear that, stream of consciousness? Come at us. You're now our nemesis.
Nautia, you said you were
Just looking out. Yeah. Maybe not like the whole day, but just periodically kind of getting up, taking a look around, looking for giant tentacles on the horizon.
Oh, nice. There is a Stream of Consciousness podcast, so yeah.
Sorry, stream of consciousness. It's not your fault that you're now our nemesis.
Oh my god. Nadia, give me a perception check. Lordy.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
Nope.
20.
19.
19. Okay. Yeah, so the ship obviously made some distance while you were all asleep for the evening. And you can see that now, because you're still kind of hugging the coast of Arda, the landscape has changed rather dramatically. So, like, you sort of, like, went around the archipelago of islands there in the south, across a little bit of water from the rainforest, and then after that, the forest sort of transitioned into temperate deciduous broadleaf forest, and it looked like that for quite a ways with, some hills and mountains in the background. But now that you're a distance from the last trio of islands that you were at, what is covering the landscape on Arda now is very different. You don't see trees. It looks like low vegetation. So yeah, it's very, very different. And the ocean, like, that the water was cold before, but now in the ocean you see, like, big sheets and chunks of ice.
That seems dangerous.
Wow, that's awful.
Yeah, I wonder if
I'm
any
at home.
ships have ever, like, hit one of those and gotten busted open or something.
Are you saying that, like, on the deck? Like,
Yeah.
you guys see it too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Claude is, like, at the wheel, and he's like, yeah, actually, that is pretty dangerous. You can see, like, he's always kind of a serious guy, but, like, right now he's, like, very obviously, like, trying to concentrate, and steer. And the ship is going a bit slower than it was before.
Well, it's
uh,
cold up here.
Yeah.
If we keep going this way, like, we're going to be asking them to stay in this kind of water, like, the whole way.
What, you want to walk?
I don't know. I'm just saying, it's not going to get warmer.
Well, do you want to turn around?
I mean, are they okay with it?
I mean, I feel like they're a pretty vocal crew. I feel like they'd say something if
Yeah.
they weren't okay with it.
The sense motive is kind of a weird name for this skill, but yeah, you could do like a sense motive on the crew to see like what the general air or mood is.
Oh, that's wisdom based.
Yep.
All right.
It is.
We should
Sure.
change its name to Vibe Check.
A vibe
Vibe check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in 5th edition, it's called Insight, which I like a little better.
That's
Yeah.
your second accidental Adventure Zone reference of the day, by the way. 18 on that sense motive.
Okay. Anybody else?
Everybody's got a knife.
Everybody's got a knife.
I
They're
rolled a
sailors. They should all have knives.
two. I'm oblivious. I'm like, they wouldn't have signed up for this if they didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Wait, am I helping?
I mean, you can do a sense motive check if you'd like.
Like my sense motive was an 18, so
I got a 15.
Okay. Yeah, so Cedric and Nautia, you both, like, as you're having this conversation, you sort of, like, take a look around, and everybody does seem to kind of be on edge. Like, Horfir and Sasha have, you know, sort of, like, a jumble of different responsibilities on the boat, so, like, they're often moving around, but, like, you see that they're working in a much, like, more sort of, like, on track you know, way. And again, Claude is very much like, he's not really, like, he often chats with you while he's standing at the wheel, but right now he's very focused on the ocean. So yeah, and Stomanil is up here too, not leaning on anything. It looks
not
like
casual
she's,
at all.
yeah, she's pitching in, doing a lot of the tasks like what Horfir and Sasha are doing, and consulting with Claude. So yeah, it looks like they're much more on edge now that there are all these obstacles in the water. And again, they haven't been here before, and these waters are basically uncharted by anybody from the outside world. So, yeah.
How, can we see the volcano? Can we see our destination yet?
Perception check.
Oof. Wow. Well, I've got a +7, so that's a 13 total. So.
Okay, cool. You can't see it specifically, like, you know.
Ah! Nautia!
We lost Nautia. I don't know what happened. I don't know where she went. Okay. So you know, like, the general idea of where you think you're supposed to be looking, but, like, you don't, you know, like, I guess maybe
North.
north. Also, Cedric, give me a survival check just to sort of see, like, yeah, like how well you are able to sort of keep track of your position in relation to, like, where you were before.
That's a 12.
A 12. Yeah, you're kind of struggling to think about, like, yeah, where exactly you should be looking to try to spot it.
Sure.
Hello again.
Hi.
So, no idea how... So we don't have any sense for, like, how much further we need to be traveling, right? It's not like we're almost there.
At least you don't right now, no.
Yeah. No, that seems like me. Huh. Well, hey, we're explorers, right?
Hmm.
Maybe we could, like, offer to help. I'm assuming, like, Cedric and Nautia, like, pat Kay on the shoulder and are like,
Everybody's
attention.
tense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Like, maybe we could offer to help them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like pretty good at tying knots by now, so.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I mean, you're
no,
good
I think
at
I got
tying
like.
them, then knot quality is not good.
Yeah, I can make a knot. I cannot unknot a knot.
Those are called hatchet knots, because you need a hatchet to get them undone.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of mine might be great axe knots.
I'm just having flashbacks to trying to learn a quick release knot, and then, like, I learned it fine, but then having to teach it to a bunch of other, like, actors a few years ago. That was fun. Anyway. Yeah.
I mean, we can at least like stand on the bow and point out any large chunks of ice, I guess.
Yeah, Naughty, I think at this point is pretty much committed to just hanging out up top.
Kay asked someone what she can do to help.
Who are you asking?
I don't know, whoever's closest.
Pick somebody.
Who's
They're all
closest?
moving around except for Claude who's standing still.
This Sasha, I guess.
Sasha. Okay. Yeah, so you go up to her and she's sort of doing some stuff and you just ask her what you can do to help, is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I noticed everyone seems a little tense.
Yeah.
Just wondering if I could, ease someone's load a little bit and do something?
Yeah, sure. I guess you can come with me and yeah, I mean, yeah, you know ropes and knots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she goes off and has you like help her sort of tie things down and yeah, sort of general ship keeping as it were. But yeah, like as you keep going, there's definitely more and more ice and like bigger sheets.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes like way trickier to navigate.
Yeah,
so yeah,
Naughty
they
is
slow
definitely up
way
there,
down.
sort of.
Yeah. You can see like Stomanel winds up actually taking the helm from Claude so that she can steer. So yeah, things are tense.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that maybe we should just like pull over and walk?
Pull over.
So, do they know the shape of the coastline up here? Or
It's
No.
uncharted, right?
It's
No.
uncharted. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're very slowly trying to sort of like yeah.
so we really don't know that like the place where we were yesterday is probably the shortest line to where we want to be overland.
Huh?
Based on the map that we have, we
Oh.
know that where we currently are is quite a bit farther away overland than like
Yes.
basically where we were yesterday was a bay that
Yes.
sort of went in.
Yeah. But yeah, you wouldn't your characters
Yeah,
wouldn't
we
know
would-
that,
we
yes.
wouldn't have any
You
way of
are
knowing that.
correct, Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you currently is like like here.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're trying to get back over.
Yeah.
Mhm. But I guess we also don't know where the volcano is exactly. All we know is it's up there.
Yeah, yeah, because it was really far away when you spotted it. Yeah.
And we haven't been able to see the mountain chain at all from the coast.
Yeah, you have been able to at certain points. Like it's tall-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you are continuing, you do hear the sound, the sort of like gunk of like pieces of ice are, you know, like the Stomanel is doing her best to steer, but like there are pieces of ice that are sort of slowly, gently, because the boat is going really slow, slowly and gently bumping their way against the boat, and sort of, you know, the boat moves against them and makes that sort of like scraping sound. But yeah, it's definitely very
great.
congested sailing up here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that doesn't seem great.
Different mug. Even bigger mug.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got penguins. How appropriate.
Appropriate.
The other one is the tea mug, and this is the orange juice mug.
Oh.
Ah.
It's a liter, so I can actually keep track of how much I drink.
Good
Nice.
lord.
Yeah.
That's a lot of orange juice.
Hydration is the
Well,
game of life, and everybody should be playing.
It's like mixed with seltzer water, so it's like sparkly orange juice.
Ooh.
Very fancy.
Formosa.
Yeah.
A
They, like,
Formosa.
I do those. I put frozen fruit in them. It's great.
Cute.
this sparkling water comes off of one of our volcanoes. The brand is Wheaty,
Ooh.
and Coca-Cola tried to buy it, and then they said, stuff you. And so now it's still Ecuadorian owned. You can only get it here.
Nice.
Cool.
Yay.
Very cool.
Genuine volcano spring water.
Yeah, it comes off of Cotopaxi. You can actually visit
Oh.
the springs that it comes out of.
Cool.
Ooh,
Mhm.
cool.
Very
Like, it comes out
Ah.
bubbly.
Now it's Peter's turn.
I'm back.
Everybody's leaving.
I don't know. Captain, what do you think we should do? You want to keep... is it safe to keep moving?
Well,
You can pull over and drop us off.
yeah, I don't want to lie to you. This is a lot.
Yeah, it
we're
seems
either
not
gonna have
great.
to go like painfully slow, or I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't want to like kick you off. You did like, you know, make an arrangement for passage, but this is like a lot of ice.
Yeah.
I mean, we assumed that it was like passage over water and not passage through an ice landfill.
I appreciate that. This continent is wild.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of ice right here,
Yep.
where there would not
Yeah.
be at this same point on the planet in other parts of the ocean. But anyway, yeah. How do you feel?
mean,
What do you want to do?
I mean, I guess you can just like drop us off at your earliest convenience, and
Well, are the three of us prepared for a overland ice trek?
I mean, what did you think? The boat was going to drop us off right next to the volcano? I assume that you packed to at least like do some walking.
Yeah, some walking. Yeah, but
He only
maybe
has
not.
bow shoes. Sorry.
I didn't bring like 18 layers of wool, maybe, or parka. Did you bring a parka, Kay?
Kay like reaches around in her backpack and like pulls out a sweater of some sort.
For what it's worth, Nautia didn't see that like the whole land was covered in snow. Like she saw vegetation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is not currently a frozen winter wonderland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's summer in the tundra, and there's actually plants.
But we still don't really
the
know
area in the summer is actually gorgeous.
Exactly.
BT dubs.
But we still don't know how far away we are from the this volcano. Could still be weeks of travel away.
It could be weeks of travel on the boat too. We're like, I could fly faster than this boat is moving right now, and I don't even have wings. She like jumps and flaps to make a point.
Oh boy.
Is that offensive
Thanks.
to Nautia?
Thanks for that, Kay.
So, if Naughty is up looking out, can she see the mountains from here at this point?
Give me another perception check if you're specifically looking for mountains.
26.
Yeah, with your eagle eyes, you absolutely can see the mountain range, and you can see the volcano, that weirdly much taller than all the other mountain.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you can see,
So Nadia's up top and is like, yeah, I can see it from here.
Yeah. You can also see, so like, again, as you're looking at the landscape between here and there, you can see, the mountains and some foothills and the, relatively flat but still, somewhat hilly sort of like land closer to the ocean. But you do see what look like could be not plant structures of some kind. So maybe evidence of some kind of civilization. Little hints that make you think there might be occupants between here and there. But yeah, you can see the volcano. Because 26, wow.
Why do you even have an eagle? You are the eagle. Catches fish. She can see really far.
I do also have a spell called, I think it's Hawkeye, that I can take that will allow me to see even further, but over a very limited amount of time.
Why does she even have an animal companion? Like, all she needs is like a deer to run fast that she can mount.
I mean,
Why
Nadia
do you
kind
have
of is
two
her own
street
animal
dogs in your
companion.
apartment, Kay? Or Nancy? Because everybody likes pets.
That is true.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the things that you see.
Yeah, I can see it, and it looks like there might be some people, because there's some stuff that doesn't really look like any plants I've seen. I mean, there's a lot of stuff over there I haven't really seen before, but...
What time of day is it right now?
It's like mid-morning at this point, because you've sort of been like assisting and looking and talking over.
And
your
how long have we
options.
been in the ice field since? Last night?
It happened sometime during like the early hours of the morning. Yeah.
Like, I'm afraid that if we get too much further up, it's gonna like seal the ship in. Right. And like if they drop us off at like night or something, or we spend the night on the ship, that'll like lock the ship in ice. So like if we could just hop off somewhere and they could just turn around, they'll be back in open ocean soon. And we won't be responsible for the damage of a bigger boat than the one we already ruined.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So let's do what?
Time to hop off, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So again, they're not gonna like pull in right against the shore, but Claude will take you in the rowboat and then bring the rowboat back. And And
we have to say our goodbyes.
Well, yeah, you have to say your goodbyes and stuff, but like that's the arrangement is that. And then yeah, you owed them, what was it, 1 gold per person per day, I think.
Yeah. How many days are we on the
I don't
ship?
know. I'll count that up for you later.
Okay.
Yes. But yes, you can say your goodbyes or do whatever else you need to do.
Yeah.
So, all right. So to be clear, we're planning on hiking back.
Well, we have the bag, right? We could just send a message to the dude bro and tell him to send a boat to go get us. He needs us alive. So, I mean, I guess he doesn't need us alive, but presumably if we're dead, we're not getting him like random bats from a volcano. So like we can just send him a message to tell him to send us a boat and we'll just pay for it when it gets here.
Okay. Works for me. I mean, I'm sure he'll charge us for that service, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Unless you want to walk back.
I mean, we'll see what we find.
I mean, I feel like we're so far in debt anyway that we're gonna be in debt our entire lives, and until like I sell enough umbrellas to get us out of it. So like, what does it really matter if they just add a few more onto it? Like,
Yeah. I mean, it just means that we can't fill the bag up with magma and then, send it to him and hope that he buries him alive.
Bagma.
I wonder if it would cool off in the bag.
Magma.
Because, like,
You just
if
send him
it's
a big
vacuum.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, what are the...
There's some pumice.
Mhm. What are the thermal realities inside of a bag of holding?
right, does it go through the vacuum of space? And whether it's pumice or not would depend on how quickly it cools, no?
It's just a pocket
Yeah.
dimension, so I guess it can, like, it just
But,
says
like-
pocket dimension, but like a pocket dimension can have a variety of properties because it's a
It can
dimension.
be anything, yeah.
Okay, but like law of thermodynamics, right?
Yes.
Like energy can't be destroyed.
Right.
So assuming that the pocket dimension is like that, it's only the size of the interior of the bag, right?
Mhm.
Then if you put hot stuff in there, you could end up with everything in the pocket dimension reaching like an equilibrium of heat. But if there's just an excess of heat, then it can't go anywhere, right? So it has to stay in there. So if you get it out again, anything you get out of it should be all the same temperature, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And if it's lava, it burns someone's face off.
Right. So if you
Yeah.
just put lava in the bag, then yeah, you'd probably get lava back out weirdly. But if you put like lava and fish in the bag, then you'd get like a rock
Charred
and some
fish.
cooked fish. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This sounds like a much better way to cook our food. It
Oh
seems
my
much
gosh.
faster. You just
Oh,
put some
no.
lava and
This
some
is very
fish in there,
Minecraft
shake it
to
up.
like get a
No,
bucket of
no.
lava and cook things with it. Like,
All right, Kay, you're officially banned from all cooking for the rest of the trip. You think that that's how you cook things?
does Cedric have
it's the-
experience with lava?
His great grandmother, twice removed, probably died.
Oh
in a
my
lava
god. Incredible.
Yeah. Let me put it this way. I feel like it would be reasonable for Cedric to have at least
Seen it?
seen lava, if not have worked with it.
Okay.
If you're okay with me.
Yeah.
I didn't have written it explicitly into my backstory.
No, that was, yeah, that's fine.
All right, yeah.
But yeah, you can have seen it before. You do underground things, but
Sure.
I feel like all of Cedric's backstory stuff should just be determined by D20s. So like the first row is like 1 through 20 is relation to Cedric, and then like the second row, like 1 through 20 is like occupation.
Okay. No, yep.
Yeah.
I really like that idea.
here we go.
And then so every
Uh-huh.
time something about his backstory comes up, he just rolls the die and then like connects all the dots until we get about
Mad
like,
Libs
something-
Family Edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
No,
welcome.
Mhm.
I'm full of good ideas today.
Yeah. Roll on the
Amazing.
wild Gunnison table.
Amazing.
But that's only your father's side of the family, right?
Sure.
Or do dwarves do matrilineal surname?
No, it's patrilineal.
It's patrilineal. There you go.
Mhm.
So that's only your father's side of the family. You'll have to have a whole different tree for your mother's side of the family.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so yeah, are you doing anything else on the ship before you disembark?
Hangs out with the pigs.
Hang out with
She's
the
debating whether she should bring Carl or not because it looks
feel
really
like-
cold for Carl.
Pretty cold. Maybe you just let him go. I'm just saying.
But he's your blessed crab.
Hey, like, she's like, Sasha, please take care of Carl when I'm in New Chester. I want to see him again. I'm afraid it's too cold for my hair.
Sure, yeah, I can, yep. Yeah,
he's a really good crab, and he's blessed by the gods.
Yeah.
He will bring you luck, I'm sure. More luck than we'll bring you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, give Sasha a hug.
She hugs you back. Be safe.
Always.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't get attacked by any boats.
Yeah, we were much more careful this time around with the rowboat.
That's good.
Well, there's a spider under it.
Oh. That's not so good.
Well, Cedric made it scared, so it ran away.
Cool.
I'm gonna just fill the bag of holding with, I guess, rations then.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. And you leave the Garrelady?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Okay, yeah. So Claude rows you to the shore of Arda and drops you off and says, you certainly have a way of adventuring, so I will wish you all the luck in the world. And
We've gotten this far!
You certainly have. I will hopefully we'll see each other again. Be safe. Yeah. Thanks for the adventure.
Yeah, thanks for dragging our butts all the way up here. We're gonna make it. I mean, if it were just purely luck, like, would have died about 8 times by now. So someone upstairs has totally taken care of us. We're fine.
Great. Yeah. Okay.
I will also say as a parting gift, Nautia will do create water and top off their water
Nice.
stores.
They appreciate that. Awesome. So yeah, Claude rows back to the Garrelady. Are you watching him row away, or are you turning towards the continent?
I feel like we at least waved goodbye.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he rows
Yeah.
away back to the main ship, and they sort of very slowly and carefully turn it about and start to sort of like navigate away between the ice. And there you are, once again standing on Arda proper.
All right.
Gotta get your land legs back under you.
All right, I guess let's head out.
So the landscape here is carpeted in low vegetation in greens, yellows, and reds. Small white or purple flowers, so small and delicate you wonder how they could survive in this place, poke up from the surrounding plants. There are intermittent ponds and streams, varying in size, although all relatively small. And you see some bare rocks, although most of the rocks, and there are quite a few scattered around, are covered in several varieties of lichen. Here you are in the tundra, which, as Cindy said before, is really pretty in the summertime. Just don't eat the watermelon snow.
What's the
Watermelon
temperature
snow?
Watermelon
of
snow.
the tundra in the summer?
It's fairly pleasant. It's like, like a 65,
70s?
70.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like jeans and t-shirt weather, which is my favorite. Yeah.
I think 80 is my jeans and sweatshirt weather.
Jeez.
That's some equator adapted.
Yeah, my blood there now real quick.
All right. Cool.
In the Amazon, we complain when it's rainy and how cold it is, and we all like get our sweatshirts and like jackets on.
I mean, it was cool when it rained in the cloud forest.
Well,
like-
in the cloud forest, it's cool, but I mean, like in the
Yeah.
Amazon, like the Amazon proper, like Amazon basin.
yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing a hoodie right now. What
Yeah.
temperature is it in your apartment?
I mean, my apartment isn't that much warmer than it is outside because we don't have heating or air conditioning, and it gets down to like 50 at night here.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's probably like 60 some odd in here. I don't know. I have like a
That's-
laser
yeah.
thermometer. I could point it at a wall later and let you know.
Laser thermometer. Amazing.
Well,
Thanks,
it's my
Cassi.
dad got it for me because like most of the ovens here are not like temperature controlled. It's
Oh.
fire and more fire.
Oh.
And I didn't know how much more fire was like 325 or 50 to, bake stuff. So he got me a
Cool.
laser thermometer to like shoot at the oven to be able to bake stuff.
Amazing. But you're also at altitude, right? So that makes
Yes.
baking more interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bought myself a toaster oven that has a
That's smart.
temperature control in it, and now I make cookies in the toaster oven.
Nice.
We're back on food, folks. All right.
I have
so
a high altitude chocolate chip cookie recipe and a brownie recipe if anyone needs it.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, here we are. Here we are in the tundra.
So
All
are we
right.
just kind of heading straight in?
I guess so. I feel like we should do like our checks to make sure we walk in the direction of the volcano.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at this point, Nautia should be able to pop up over whatever tree line and just look that way,
There
right?
isn't really a tree line here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically just this vegetation that, like on K comes up like maybe mid shin, maybe to her knee, but like it's not real short here. And sparse in some places, lush in others, but yeah, it's real short and very scraggly. Lots of scrappy plants in the tundra.
Yep.
And yeah, those tiny, tiny, very delicate flowers, which somehow, and they're mostly pollinated by like flies and stuff, or wind pollinated, but yep. There's a variety of plants, but nothing that you have to like get above in order to see. You're already above them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, we can see the volcano, I'm assuming.
I mean, it's still a ways in the distance, but like, yeah, you can sort of make out the faint outline, especially when Nautia like points where you should be looking.
I guess we just walk in that direction, no?
Okie dokie. Sure. Yeah. Survival check from someone to lead the party.
Am I getting any help?
I will help.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's +6, that's 17.
Okay. Yeah. So you walk along for a good portion. So let's see. You were probably, yeah, you it was probably like midday when you got dropped off. So start walking. It's pretty out. Lots of new and different plants that you haven't seen before. It's really strange. You feel kind of like exposed. Like there were parts of the desert and the grassland that felt kind of like this too, although the plants in the grassland were often very tall, but like to just not have like
there's like
nothing
no
above you.
cover.
Yeah, no cover.
Yeah, I think Nautia is probably pretty frequently popping up to look around, and also I don't know how much Arena can help with that, but presumably if she spots something weird, she would behave in such a way that made me think to look.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as you pop up and look, like again, now that you're closer, and continuing to move in this direction towards the volcano, you definitely think that like what you saw before are like settlements of some kind, but you're not close enough to any yet to like be like, oh, that's a whatever. And about at like, I don't know, you're walking along mid-afternoon, and all of a sudden, this like rumbling shaking happens in the ground just in front of you, and bursting up out of the plants and soil go flying comes this massive creature, and it's like a huge centipede, kind of like bluish purple, but with some sort of like red, like pulsating light coming from under the sort of like chitin plates of its exoskeleton, like lots of legs, some really giant chelicerae, very scary. And like when I say it's massive, this is a huge creature, so it takes up a 15 by 15 foot cube.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right.
At least it's not a tentacle monster.
No, close, but not quite. Yeah, so this massive thing, this huge creature, like, again, explodes up out of the ground, in front of you, and, faces off against you. Huh? What was that? Huh? Dog barking. I was like, what? But yeah, so I think we're gonna hold the combat because again, combat always takes longer than we have here at the end. But did we want to talk about arthropods in the tundra? Because I felt like that would be a fun thing to talk about. Like, I don't know that much about like
I don't either.
High latitude bugs. I don't know.
The only thing I know about are ground beetles, like carabids, that are really important in like food chain. They're like, I think it's Chris Buttle who's doing a lot of that work up in Canada. But so like the tiger beetles are really important, like apex predators for a lot of things. And then are the things that migratory birds eat when they come in. So they're studying climate change and how they're affecting these tundra ground beetles, because they're like this link between these migratory birds and also like the other arthropods and stuff that they're eating.
That's cool.
The extent that I know.
No,
Again,
I mean, yeah, it's I guess the reason I asked is because, like, yeah, you don't really think about, like, bugs living in cold places, right? And, like, even though, like, we mentioned in the summer, the tundra is, you know, nice, it's still not necessarily, like, super conducive to a lot of different kinds of arthropod. So, yeah, I didn't know how many different kinds. Like, obviously, there are probably lots of things living in the soil that we might just not be aware of, but we can certainly look up some tundra arthropod facts and get back to you all on that. Hi, Teal! But did anybody have thoughts generally on tundra to sort of wrap us up today? It's a cool ecosystem. Who all has been to the tundra? Me, Cindy, have you two been? No.
I haven't actually been myself. I had a friend who used to spend summers in Siberia.
Oh, okay.
So I just remember looking at the pictures on Facebook and going, that is not what I expected.
Cool. I haven't been to latitudinal tundra, but I went to altitudinal tundra in the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's very pretty. Again, yeah, lots of very like low, scrappy vegetation, and the flowers. I really was just like, how are you here? But yeah, it's really pretty. And when I mentioned watermelon snow, so in the places where there is snow that sort of stays because it's cold at altitude or because they're in sort of like shady, you know, nooks and crannies in the landscape, sometimes you'll see snow that has like a pink tinge to it, and I guess there's some sort of like algae or bacteria or something that lives in the snow and gives it that pink coloration, but also don't eat it because it's not good for you.
There's like snow fleas and stuff. Like
there are.
What are they?
Like springtails, Calymbula? Isn't that what people call
springtails?
Yeah.
There's also, hold on, like Mecoptera. So like scorpion fly relatives that are wingless that are also called snow fleas.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I've collected those before. They occur far down. Like I collect them in Maryland.
Wingless scorpion flies?
Yeah, well, so they're really cool. So they're black scorpion flies. The females are wingless, but the males actually have their wings have been modified into a pair of claspers.
Oh, okay.
So I think they, don't quote me on this, but the males like basically use them to grab the females from below, I think, and hold them while they're mating. But yeah, they're little black scorpion flies, and they're moss feeders. So they feed like right in patches of snow in mossy areas. You find them in like December is kind of the best time to find them.
That's cool.
There's a population near University of Maryland's campus that I have been to before, and they're really weird looking. But I only collected them before I got into photography. I've never went to photograph them.
Oh no, have to go find some more.
Yeah.
Now I want to go out looking for snow fleas. Like when I first heard about them as a kid, like I guess the Calymbula variety, I've always like looked and never seen anything jumping, but maybe I'm just like not doing, I don't know. I guess I normally look while I go cross country skiing. Maybe I should go slower and look by some moss.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
With the snow scorpion flies, like I very limited experience, but my best advice is like go find like a mossy patch. And if there's not snow on the ground, you can bring like a beach sheet or something like that, like a white sheet, and put it on the ground, and then kind of slowly move your hand over the moss to try and like kind of spook them.
Yeah.
And then if they'll land on the white, then they're very easy to spot against like a white surface. But
That's
it's kind of one of those like kind of unfocus your eyes a little bit and just look for movement kind of situations.
And when you say small, they're like the size of a head of a pin, or like...
No, they're not that tiny.
Okay.
Let me see.
There's also like weird crane flies, I think.
Wikipedia
So
says
that's
6 millimeters or less.
In the tundra? Nice. 6 millimeters or less on the scorpion flies?
Scorpion flies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's small,
Small.
but still seeable. Mm-hmm.
There's the Arctiid. I think it's the butterfly or moth with the longest larval stage. I forget which tiger moth it is. It lives in Russia, but it takes 7 years for it to develop.
Wow.
Because it just like comes out during spring and summer, and then like goes back until the next year.
Wow.
Hibernates
Until it
through the
eventually
cold
goes through
months,
like
yeah.
enough cycles that it can emerge.
So 6 millimeters for our American listeners.
Our American us? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a quarter of an inch.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Okay.
So I mean, pretty big.
Yeah. Well, pretty big in the bug world.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I measure in tropics.
Measure in rest of the world.
Yeah. Well, no, I think she means like measure in
The
tropics
bugs
in
are
terms of
big.
the bugs. Yeah,
Oh,
but
the
they're
bug size.
They
Oh,
are
gotcha.
very large, a lot of
Yeah.
them. Yes. Yes.
There's also like this weird columbella that can survive to minus 40 degrees, and it does that. It completely desiccates itself. I forget the chemical that completed, but then it also like regurgitates its intestines and spits them out, and then regrows them in the next spring.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like a YouTube video about how insects survive the cold. Because surprisingly, like surviving the cold is easier for them than surviving really high heat. But so yeah, the Arctiid and that columbella were on it.
That's cool. Nice.
Yeah, so like the two strategies that insects have to live up there are either freeze avoidant, where you have like antifreeze or some other mechanism to not freeze solid, and some of that is just like dig a hole in the ground, don't get covered by the freeze.
Yeah.
Like hibernate. And then you have freeze tolerant, where you can just completely freeze solid and then just like walk it off in spring.
Just walk it off.
Just walk it off in spring.
I
Yep.
like that.
No, that's a thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
there's a frog that does that. No, like the leopard frog. I'm pretty sure does that.
Yeah. Well, they have antifreeze stuff in them.
But doesn't their heart stop? I thought I read that there was like a frog whose heart stops.
Maybe. Estivation is weird.
I'm gonna look it up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. And while we're talking about how arthropods survive the cold, this particular creature that we'll deal with next time is something that I think a lot of people have probably encountered or heard of in D&D before, and it's usually encountered in, like, it belongs in cold environments, but I think most people are used to seeing it bursting out of ice and snow. But I thought it would be fun to talk about the fact that, like, yeah, if it lives in the cold environment, it would still be there in summertime. So here we are, in amongst all of the pretty plants, monster.
Yeah.
If you're into centipedes, Derek Kinnan was just on Ologies talking about centipedes and millipedes.
He was,
so
yeah.
not the most recent as of this live stream, but the one before that, talking about millipedes and centipedes. You should definitely check that out.
We love some Myriapoda.
So proud.
And we love Derek. Yes.
Yes.
Need to have him on the show eventually. We definitely
Yes.
we talked about like he and I have talked about that. It's just time and pandemic and things.
Sure. Yeah.
But there are so many people we want to have on the show. Just got to work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other tundra things, arthropod things.
We're all gonna do tundra research before next episode.
We're all going to do tundra research before next episode.
I feel like
Yeah.
I pumped out a lot of random.
You did.
You did.
You
Off
did.
the top of your dome.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
For a
Yeah.
biologist that lives in the tropical rainforest.
You did a video about how insects survive
Uh-huh.
in the cold. You had the research ready.
Yeah. Yeah, the main thing that I associate with tundras is just like lichens and moss,
Mm-hmm.
because those are very hardy against cold, and then permafrost.
Yep.
But I think the region we're in is probably not a permafrost region if there's stuff actively growing.
Yeah.
Which can
I mean, that's
Yeah.
a little variable. Because, like, even in the,
Yeah.
like, the Arctic tundra still looks like this in the summertime.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. Also, there are really bad black flies and mosquitoes. Yay.
Mhm. Yeah. And then of course the real world thing around permafrost is that we've got a problem because we've got melting permafrost
Yep.
in our world, which
Yep.
means we've got a massive carbon sink that is breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Um
And also releasing
And-
some exciting things along with the carbon.
yeah.
You know.
Because there's a lot of like viruses and bacteria that can actually hibernate just fine in permafrost, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
So now that that's melting, then those things could potentially be released out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. There's a lot of really cool sort of apocalyptic stuff around tundra.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Real uppers, real
Um,
happy thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just the whole thought of basically, because you've got an ecosystem that just stays frozen, that does have life in it.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's lots of basically frozen compost hanging out up there that's just slowly thawing.
Mm-hmm. Also, I suppose this was going to be a question sooner or later because they like to make fun of like my calendar and how big the planet is and stuff like that. This won't be a land of the midnight sun. Because even though it's tundra and it's mimicking like what we see in our IRL like very far northern latitude world, this continent is not actually that far north on the planet that it sits on. And so like even though the nature magic that created this place means that there's ice here in this like what should otherwise be sort of like a temperate latitude like positioning on the planet, you can't change the exposure of the sun.
Yep.
So there will still be a day-night cycle because we're not actually that far north in reality.
The days will still be longer, but
Right. Yeah. But
yeah.
because you're
Yeah, no,
in
there's just
summer,
there's
not
just,
because
there's some jet stream action going. That's fine.
exactly.
get-
Magical jet
We get
stream.
plenty of that in the real world too.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It just depends on what
Mhm.
what's happening with the airflow.
They're headed towards the volcano.
I'm excited.
Yay. They're in the tundra. They've found one whole side of the continent. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems like our science facts are petering out for the evening, but that's okay, because next time you can come back and watch us fight a big creepy centipede monster thing. So next Sunday in this time slot, you can come back and Andrew and I and someone, maybe not, maybe it'll just be the two of us, we'll do a nature chat where we'll recap previous episodes and do some more science talk and some GM tips. I don't know if we've mentioned any like weird creatures recently that I should make a stat block for, but I'll come up with
This
something. to
giant
share.
centipede.
Stellar sea cow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we can
stellar
make
sea cow.
Or I'll see if Lucas Zellers of the Book of Extinction has a stellar sea cow thing. That we can
Yes.
talk about. Yes, no, this giant centipede thing already has a stat block, so you know.
Yeah.
I should hope so, since we're about to fight it.
Exactly. No, I'm gonna make it up. Yeah, no, this is a pretty classic D&D monster, actually. And then yes, so that's next Sunday is the nature chat, and then the week after that, you can catch us here for the giant tundra centipede fight. And we'll see what the team gets up to after that, presuming they survive it. And then I will ASAP post the schedule for October and November so that you can keep up with us. Nancy's been doing some Pokemon streams. Now that I'm almost done with field work, will maybe do some like streams from the lab, sorting bees and stuff. I can talk about bees and things and lab work and being a grad student. So yeah, keep an eye on the channel and the Twitter. I promise I'll get better at the social media thing again. I've just been very tired. It's been a lot of summer. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thanks for hanging out in the chat, Teal. And yeah, we will. Well, let me see. We never do this, but I'm wondering if there's anybody we could. Oh, let's go raid. We're gonna go raid Paradise Pod. So Paradise is a channel that does D&D stuff, and I think, yeah, they might be doing their talk show right now. But Shannon, one of the people over there, is one of my co-cast members on the First Watches channel, and they're good people over there. I was on a charity stream with them not too long ago. So yeah, we're gonna go raid Paradise, but we will see all of you later. Thanks, friends. Bye.
Bye.